think we live. I think we live. What is up? What is going on? Good people, we in the building. Got a good one for you today. I see 19 people's already in here right before I even click the button. I see y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know exactly what we about to get into today. Y'all see that some thumbnail. I see some of y'all are already feeling it, but yeah, we about to definitely get into this thing today. So let's like to thank everybody who's in the building. Why is that doing that? Uh-oh. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. A little technical hiccup out the gate. But either way it go. Let's get ready to go. Where's the intro? Where is the intro? Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
Back in my seat, back in the saddle. What is going on, good people? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Grown Man Hour. I am your host, Bernard Riley. But before we get into it, there is some very important house business that need to get taken care of. Our great friend, brother, one of the leaders that spearheaded the brainchild behind the Black Manosphere meetup. YouTube came for him. His channel, his long battle with YouTube. You know, he's YouTube is winning that battle right now. But they will not win the war. Brother Little Big Nate is down. We are going to pick him up. He has his backup channel. And I thought I had the link to it ready to go. If Little Big Nate has already dropped a link to the backup channel. Nope, I don't. Wait a minute. I got that link ready to go. Just give me 1 second. Thought I had it ready to go. If moderator's already on it, y'all are the best. But Little Big Nate, the backup channel link is right there. Moderators, y'all know what to do. I want to see that link spammed out heavy throughout this chat room. on a regular basis. And when you post a link, remind people that he just lost his channel. I got you. Okay, Nate Dog 74. I gotta give little big Nate a wrench. All right, let me make sure I handle that little piece of house business. But I just put the link in the chat room. I just put that link in the chat room. Let me pull up on the stream right here. And right there, little big Nate has just been wrenched. Theo says, asking a question, he lost his entire channel. It does appear to be so. I text him. I noticed at like 2 a.m. I noticed at 2 a.m. his channel was not there. So yeah, that's basically, if I understood the reply back in the middle of my sleep when I finally saw it, that yeah, they got him. And I mean, when I was getting up this morning, I saw it, and yeah, that's my understanding of it. So he's down right now, but we're gonna pick him up. That's how we do things around here. That's how we're gonna do things around here. So I want to see if we can't get him, just get the ball rolling, get him jump started with at least 200 subs out the gate on that new channel. If we can get him at 200 subs just from this stream alone, that will be a small victory. So let's make it happen. Another weird thing, not related to Little Big Nate, and I don't care as much about this one because I don't know the fine folks at the Lapeef Network, but his channel isn't there. So that's a weird one for me. That one is scary. Little Big Nate, that one hurt because Little Big Nate's my guy. But seeing the Lapeef channel not there, that's a little scary because I know they keep it relatively clean over there. So when you see clean channels getting taken down, that's a little bothersome. I feel like if Lapeef can get taken down, anybody can get taken down. So yeah, that was a little scary when I noticed that one as well. But Little Big Nate's channel is down. I just gave him a wrench, so he should be dropping that link in there. But either way it goes, let's get on with the show. But we will be referencing periodically Little Big Nate losing his channel. We will be referencing that periodically as efforts in the works. Even though I haven't told him, I am definitely going to work in a day where if you want to come up, we can just do a show together. We could talk about it. We could promote the new channel. Whatever. I already told him through text. Whatever you need, let me know. Y'all know the deal. But shout out to Just Being Jazzy's podcast in the building. Shout out to Early Bird Squad. Those making it bright and early. Drop a comment before we even get things going here. We definitely appreciate all of you that's making it in bright and early. Just Being Jazzy says Merry Christmas, chat. Absolutely Merry Christmas to everyone. He says, who we got? Christopher Walken. That was my Christopher Walken impression. He says, damn, I pictured her getting off the chair and the image of an orca breaching the surface and bowling and blowing out water immediately comes to mind. That's not quite how I saw it, but I mean, I'm not going to argue with your interpretation of her getting out of the chair. Not going to argue with that. Technological chaos in the building. You see where I was going with the Kevin Samuels in the corner. You see where I was going. I like when y'all see my vision with the thumbnails. It's like, because when I was listening to that conversation, I was like, man, the spirit of Kevin Samuels is just hovering over this conversation. I was like, so I had to figure out a way to incorporate him into the proceedings. That's more or less what I did right there. I had to put him there. He was hovering over that one. He was watching it closely. It was just that conversation. I know I had Kevin Samuels just waking up in cold sweats. He didn't even know what was going on. He just was just waking up in a cold chill when that conversation was happening. Illmatic in the building. He says, imagine walking into an exotic car dealership and telling the store rep that you meet all the purchase qualifications without any verification of said qualifications. The nerve of these it's too early in the show for that. But the nerve of these lovely ladies, it's too early in the show. Y'all know the first hour of the show, the trip to algorithm, you're not supposed to be saying nothing out the way in the first hour of the show. So I try to keep it clean the first hour. Perfect Storm in the building. KD in the building. Shout out to KD. Always appreciate that brother coming through hard and heavy handed on the super chat. I do got to get a special super chat greeting for that brother. Kevin Maurice Hicks in the building. Shout out to you. Jada LaRue in the building. She says, greetings, everyone. Happy holidays. Should be interesting today. As usual, gonna finish watching the replays of today. Make sure y'all check them out while you got time before this live. Absolutely, absolutely. See, these are the comments that was coming through before I even fired it up. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But let me shoot down to the bottom and see what's going on. See, I almost missed a super chat from my man Osama Abdu. He says a new day / bigger things for the brother, little big Nate / Nate Dog 74. Absolutely. I think Little Big Nate more or less said it in the text message that he sent me, that I was on the fly when I was reading it, but he basically said this new channel will get ran the right way. And by the right way, we talking about, YouTube and all of their chicanery, like we understand that YouTube be on some bull. And so a fresh start with a new channel, probably not a bad idea. Probably not a bad idea for Little Big Nate to go ahead and go that route. So I do want to see him. So it may turn out to work. Yeah, that's what it appears to be, John Ivy. It looks like Lapeef got knocked. I'm struggling to understand why, but I don't know any details on it. I just know I typed in Lapeef Network and his channel didn't come up. So Snuggle668 in the building. She says, "Hey, morning. How are you doing? Long time no see, stranger." What do you mean, long time no see, stranger? I just seen you. I always see you. You always here, being annoying. Always.
Hi, I'm Snuggles.
Shout out to Snuggles. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Going down out in these YouTube streets, man. Going down. But anyway, let's get into the show. I don't want to doom and gloom it. We got 152 people in here, so let's get on. Let's get on with the show. And when I say show today, I really mean show, because oh my goodness. This is funny. This video is funny. It speaks to the massive wholesale delusion that is the modern woman, as KS calls them. The wholesale delusion. The delusion over 9,000, like the clip from Dragon Ball Z. Like it is crazy. And Poor Man's Podcast, a gentleman that he is, he didn't want to say it. He didn't want to have to tell her when she was saying things like, "Oh, well, men, they don't even pay for dates. They want you to pay half. They don't even want to take you out on." He didn't want to have to be the one to tell her. That's why I got in the thumbnail. Am I going to have to tell her? Am I going to have to be the one? There's a moment when she was talking about how women check all the boxes, and he asked what was those boxes, and she reeled off a bunch of stuff. She didn't mention the elephant in the room. No pun intended on that. Am I gonna have to tell her? I don't like to be. I don't like to be the one either. but somebody gotta tell her. Somebody got to tell her. But no, but we about to get into this. We about to get into this bad boy. Let me go ahead. I'm going to skip the flashback scenes. I'll start it right there. Shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. Before I even get going here, shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. Fair use. Y'all know the routine. Poor Man's Podcast is killing it. It seems like 3 months ago we hit 100K. and then it took him 2 months to hit 200K, and then I think 1 month after that to hit 300K. He is trending towards. I mean, it could slow down and stop at any moment. We know that. We understand how YouTube works. It could slow down at any moment. But at the rate he's going, he's trending towards 1 million. He's having a meteoric rise, similar to Kevin Samuels, doing a completely different type of thing, even though this was the only thing that kind of infringed on Kevin Samuels. Not infringed, but sort of in the same realm. But he does his thing. He does his reaction videos. His channel is called the Poor Man Podcast Reacts. So he does reaction videos, and he does good work, and he's definitely killing it. And he definitely knocked it out the park a few times where I saw him, hop up on the Lapeef network and knocked it out the park. Basically tore Kay, and I think the other chick name is Kayla. It just picked them apart using my arguments. Oops, I didn't mean to say that. But it was a couple moments where he worded something exactly like I worded it. My inner Tommy Sotomayor was coming out. I was like, hold on, where my shout out, bruh? But no, it's a collective network of information that we are sharing and feeding off each other. I mean, I don't know if you heard me say that the way it is, but it was worded very similar. It was worded very similar. My inner Tommy Sotomayor came out for like 5 seconds, but then I had to step back and realize, wait a minute. No, that's not how it works. I didn't copyright none of those words. And truth be told, somebody else said it. I said it before me. I just worded it in a very precise, piercing way that just cut right through the nonsense. But that was how and somebody else going to word it different and better than me going forward in the future. So what we got here is a collective network of information of people who are more or less building a grand travesty of information, knowledge, and rebuttals to the nonsense. So that's more or less what's happening. So that's why I don't do the whole I said that he owed me a shout out. I mean, it will have to be extremely specific. And then there's even things where, you may say something. Put it like this. It was something that I said. I was talking to Game Changer on the phone, actually. It was something that I said that I thought I came up with. But then Game Changer was like, no, I came up with that. I was like, really? And he showed me the video. And I was like, oh. And then he pointed out to me that I shared that video. So a video he did 2-3 weeks ago when he came up with a term that I must have read the title and then shared it, because it looked like a good video. Probably watched the video, shared it, and then, I don't know, went to sleep. And subconsciously, I thought I went to sleep and I woke up with that concept in my head. I inceptioned myself, and I thought I was the originator of that term. But it turns out that Game Changer did originate it and had the proof that he came up with it. So that lets you know that this whole I came up with this, I said this first junk, it got to stop. It got to stop. It got to stop. But yeah. So anyway, but poor man's podcast. There was a couple moments where I was like, "Ooh, I know he heard me say it just like that." But I had to pump the brakes. But shout out to him. Like I always say, it don't matter who said it first. It don't matter who said it best. I like that it's being said. I like that people are coming out. Men are speaking up. Men are saying what needs to be said. And the delusions of the female species does not own the day in the media airwaves. That's what I'm most glad about. So anyway, let's get into the clip. But shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. I do want to properly acknowledge him, give him his flowers, give him his due, building an amazing platform, 300K subs. He's killing it. So can't say enough about that. So I just wanted to blow myself up and say that, look in the camera, say one, fair use YouTube. But shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. The brother is knocking it out the park. All right. Where we at?
More content. Let's get right into the video.
Women. 10 out of 10.
Women.
Another video. Give me the HBO special. That's a help a brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
Women. 10 out of 10.
Women. Really?
Women are more responsible for failed relationships in 2021.
Why do you feel like that?
Because
That's why. Right there. Okay, that was mean. Normally when I do this, it's all about what the people are saying and not so I don't just personally attack people. I don't attack people based off how they look, but it's a couple jokes want to slip out. But overall, y'all know how I do. I attack ideas and not people. So this isn't about me attacking her, but there's some aspects of um there's some it's some of it you just can't ignore. Okay. It's just some of it you can't ignore. Because when you listen to the things that you're saying, if you just look at her and look at him, all right, she's like the size of like 3 of him. Like this I'm sorry, I'm not trying to just get beat up on her, but I just want y'all to just stop and think. How much money would a man have to have in order to be speaking with this amount of confidence that she's speaking with? I'm going to re-ask that question a few times. How much money would a man have to just have this, to just be thinking this highly of himself, or just thinking with or talking with just that much delusion? Just let's go. All right, y'all, let's go. I'm a roll. I'm trying to stop it too much, but ain't no guarantees on that. This thing will be getting stopped quite a bit. Let me turn that up though.
Because, okay, I'm gonna ask you this:
Women. Really?
women are more responsible for failed relationships in 2021.
Why do you feel like that?
Because, okay, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna start it off with a question. All right,
Okay.
let me go and warm up a little bit. When a man DMs you, what makes you determine whether you respond or you don't respond?
I'll be honest with you, I don't take anyone serious that slides into my DMs. Like, that's not where I'm looking for a relationship from. Like, that's not the mindset I have. So if I respond to a DM, it's based on like what you say to me, and it's on a friendly manner. I don't go based on relationships from Instagram.
So you never.
Now, one thing is worth notating. There are apparently, according to her, based on what she said in this conversation, there are men that slide in her DM, and she already contradicted herself, because she basically said that she don't really respond to DMs, or she's not looking for a relationship in terms of DM, but she's going to respond to it based off they said something friendly. So if a dude came at you, was friendly first, a little indirect, a little friendly, but then got to the point of being a little flirty or whatever, then you are responding and engaging with somebody who slid in your DM. So it's already cap out the gate. It's already cap out the gate. Like, she basically just in her first sentence came out just cap. so I mean, but anyway.
Mindset I have. So if I respond to a DM, it's based on like what you say to me, and it's on a friendly manner. I don't go based on relationships from Instagram.
So you've never built a relationship with somebody through messaging. That could be DM on Instagram. It could be SMM. What is it? MSM on
a relationship? Never.
You've never.
All my relationships, I have met that person like out and about.
Basically.
Shout out to Donovan Sharp when he talk about that woman knees. It's about to get into the good stuff, but we gotta this just to shout out to David Kerr when he say tickle around the edges of the plate, or however he worded that. It's you can see that pause where she was like, when he reaffirmed relationships from the DMs, and it's like she like stopped and hesitated and like, oh, relationship? Oh, no relationship has come from it, because he's just counting whether or not he got into a full-blown committed monogamous relationship, which I tend to believe she don't get a whole lot of those anyway. But she's not denying the simple fact that, yeah, some dudes have slid in her DM. They were friendly and nice, and then eventually, yeah, they ended up getting together, hooking up. More than likely, that's the case, because she's already double talking. So more than likely. So I mean, it's the cap. It's the classic move. The classic move where they pretend like, okay, they only count it if it's a relationship. They only count it if it turns into a relationship. That's just that old classic move. But we're going to get into the more problematic stuff in a little bit. It's just the small stuff. This ain't the lightning round.
What I'm trying to get at is women look for the wrong things in men, and that's what leads them to a lot of the problems that they have in relationships.
Are you sure that's not women looking for the wrong things in men, or men are looking for the wrong things? Because let me ask you this. Let's turn that question around. What made you DM that woman?
What she looked like.
Yeah, so like men, y'all base that DM on what she looks like, and y'all have no idea like what she has in her head, what she has going for herself. So you're telling me that women go based on the wrong things, but you're going based on nothing but physical. How's that?
Is it find it? Somebody whose physical appearance is as hers is saying that men shouldn't be DMing based off physical appearance.
You don't find that suspicious?
Shout out to Space Hopper 45. Shout out to Bernard in the chat. Poor Man's Podcast definitely have a meteoric rise, doing so by collaborating and keep business relationships in the sector. He don't beef. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I don't beef. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to, yeah. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. SKC in the building. He says forearm to leg ratio. Man, go on, SKC. All right. Cut it out. Ooh. Now, here's a little known fact. You know somebody is big and they not supposed to be that big when you look at their wrist, their arm, like their forearm to their wrist, that area. If that is extremely skinny, then you know this person is not one of those so-called alleged big boned, I've been fat my whole life people. That is a skinny woman's like the wrist. Sometimes that wrist and that ankle, it stays skinny. All right. But everything else is huge. That's how you know that person really had to work hard to get that big. All right. She really like you. I'm sorry. I said I was going to keep it, but you didn't. That's almost like that's like a normal person's wrist. You know, that's a normal woman's wrist. Shout out to Grinch in the building. He says that Strag is eating 20 dumplings over the cheek limit violation. Oh man. She had to work hard at that, man. Cut her some slack. It cut her some slack. It took a lot of hard work and effort. JC the Conqueror says Strag. Shout out to JC in the building. Oh man, yeah, I know, and I'm normally not that dude to just beat up on them just for being big, but it's just some stuff that she's about to be saying that's just like, come on. That's why. It's okay. All right, I got to roll it. Where was we at? They were saying something.
And y'all have no idea like what she has in her head, what she has going for herself. So you're telling me that women go based on the wrong things, but you're going based on nothing but physical. How's that not the wrong?
Well, men are visual.
All right. Look, we've covered this plenty of times. We know the deal. Okay. Men will date down. Almost said a cuss word. Men will have sex with, will hook up with a woman below their level to get sexual access. We know that. So you can't be talking to the same group of men who get criticized for having low standards, who get the reputation that they will smash anything, but then also say that they are over choosing because of looks. Now, there are some men that can be really picky about looks, but for most men, if they want a readily active, somewhat consistent sex life, they have to take what they can get. They have to take what they can get. We put a really high premium on beauty, but most men take what they can get within reason. Within reason. That's how most men are operating. I would like to see that change. But that's the reality on the ground. But here she is criticizing him, saying that you just picking based off looks. But let's listen. Let's get into this.
Visual creatures. And I think where women fail, especially in 2021, is women try to be the same as men. I think at first it was about equality. Now women want to be the same as men, but nature has a different role in that.
So men are allowed to be physically attracted to a woman. Women are not allowed to be physically attracted to a man.
You are, but if you go for a man that's physically attractive, then you're looking for the wrong things. Don't you want a protector and a provider?
So you just said it yourself. If you go for something that's physically attractive, you're going after the wrong things. But then you turn around and said the question was, women are the reason why relationships are failing in 2021. You clearly just told me men are physical.
All right. Man going after an attractive woman is not the reason why a relationship will fail, provided that the man is doing what he's supposed to do on his end of the relationship. Woman putting a higher premium on attractiveness over what a man can actually produce, then she's, attaching her wagon to a man that ultimately that she's not going to respect in the long run. But we can't lose sight of the fact that in a normal world, this should be a woman who's on take what I can get mode. But yeah, you're going to see going forward. That's not what's going on here. But let's go. Let's get into it.
When you go after physical, you're going after the wrong thing. So how are men not the issue?
Well, men and women are different. You got to understand that off the rip. And I know that's controversial. You can't even say that nowadays.
You can't, because how are men and women different? We were both born the same way. We both have the same mind. We both have the same opportunities. So how are we different?
You give birth, don't you?
That's the only thing.
That's a pretty big difference when you're talking about dating based on attraction, especially when women have the pick of the litter. See, men have to deal with what we can get. Women have the pick of the litter, and you get to choose the men that you have.
There are more women on this earth than there are men. So therefore, men have the pick of a litter. You can walk into a room and you can choose from 10 women. Women, we have to settle. We have to pick and choose what we decide we're going to deal with and what we're not going to deal with, because there are not enough men out here that are readily available.
So do you think men have more options than women?
Way more.
So if you text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight, what's your success rate on that?
100%.
Okay, now.
I'm just looking at the comments right now. I'm going to ask that question again. How much money would a man have to speak with that much confidence? Now, some of y'all saying cap. No, I don't think it's cap. That's the thing. I don't think it's cap. Y'all are saying cap. I don't think it's cap. I think that large woman can order up some penis whenever the hell she feel like it. I don't think it's cap. How much money would a man who's 350 pounds have to be operating like that? To be thinking like that, to be talking like that. Now, granted, we all know one. I do know one big dude. He about 6'2". He was comfortably over 3. He was actually a legit 350 at one point. All right. When he working out, getting shape, he get it down to a nice even 300. But he was sitting on 350. I've seen him at 375. Was still getting women. He was a funny, charming, entertaining dude. Could sing. Had good social media status. Was big time. Was a local celebrity. Entertaining, charming, charismatic guy. He did have that little baby face teddy bear, looked like a young, mid late 20s Gerald Levert in the face. Like he had that thing going on. He was able to get women. I know one dude that size who could talk to him near like that. But it's like the level in which they don't even see their delusion. The level in which they don't even see that, okay, she's sitting there and saying men have the pick of the litter. Here you are, a 350-pound woman who's claiming, and I believe it, that she could hit up any dude that she has access to, that she got his number, got his text message. She could text any dude right now on her phone and call him up. All right, call him up. He gonna come, 100%. Any dude that she want to get it from, she could do that. But she's also at the same time saying that women don't got the pick of the litter. Women don't got it easy. Women don't, it's just a man that got it at the pick of the litter. She pulled out some BS about it being more women than men. Look, that don't mean a goddamn thing. That don't mean a goddamn thing. All right. It's not as imbalanced as people like to say. It's really not. Even in Atlanta, the whole 1 out of 17 to 1 status and bullshit. I dare somebody to find it. It's not like that. The most you'll ever see is 52 to 48. That's the most you'll ever see. You go into some low income housing units, you're liable to see some imbalance of some sort if you go to some low income housing units. But no. In general, no. It's not some imbalance to where men just got it hella easy like that. I mean, we've seen the studies where men, one out of every 3, roughly 30% under the age of 30 report having no sex. They're virgins into 30. Like dudes are not getting it in. Dudes don't got it like that. Even the most lowest of value of women walking around look like she walking around at 300 pounds. Shout out to Red Supreme. But she walking around at about, that looked like about 350 to me. I look like about 350. She can walk around at 350 with the arrogance talking about what men not doing, what men need to be doing, and got 100% access when they pull up on her. When she make the call, they come running. But she's talking about men got all the access. Like the level of delusion is just blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. It shouldn't at this point, but it just doesn't get old. It just doesn't get old. Space Hopper 45 in the building says, has anyone noticed pretty, beautiful, and attractive women are never wasting their time making these arguments because they get chosen? That's not there are some women that are fairly attractive that do make these. It depends on their ideology. If they fully locked and loaded for the sisterhood, they're going to make those arguments. They will. They're gonna blame men for all the ills in the world. So I disagree with you on that. But there are some that they're happy in their life, so they just don't care. But there are plenty of them that do rally and make those arguments. Rod God Podcast in the building says, for the labs, man. Absolutely. Thanks. I appreciate that. There was some more. We got Jack Spade in the building says, big girls always got the prison pen pal route to work them love channels. Yeah. I worked with a chick who was a big chick who she had a prison bae that she got engaged to. Tahuti Ra says it's delusion. She knows she cries into the pillow when she's not putting on. I can't tell what that is. I need to blow these up. My bag, yeah. When she's not putting on airs for the public, their level of delusion is off the scale. I don't know about the crying in the pillow. I don't know. See, I think some of these chicks be delusional to the point to where, like, in their own little bubble, they're happy and they think they who run the world girls. They literally think that. They think they're killing it. A lot of them, a lot of them are on that. She works, she make her money, and she could DM some penis to the door. And she just need these guys to step up to the plate. You're going to see this later on, how these men just need to step up to the plate and get on her level. We're going to see this later on. This gets bad. Leo Anthony in the building says he doesn't understand just because men find a wider variety of women attractive than women finding men attractive means that men have a ton of options to choose from. That is a good point. Men do got, that's the only context of men got more options to choose from, because they're willing to accept less. They're willing to accept anything. Now she makes the argument that women are willing to accept anything, that women have to I forgot what she said. I'm not going to rewind. I'm going to keep it pushing. But she did try to make an argument to try to suggest or say that women, or maybe that part comes later. Hey, just in case y'all forgot, Little Big Nate channel got knocked. Little Big Nate's channel got knocked. That is Little Big Nate's new channel. Moderators should be dropping a link to that channel, and y'all should be subscribing to Little Big Nate's channel. Make sure that y'all doing that. I'm going to periodically do that commercial as well throughout today. But shout out to all y'all in the building. But all right, yeah, let's get back into it.
Ask me the same question.
That's way more.
So if you text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight, what's your success rate on that?
100%.
Okay, now ask me the same question.
That's different.
It depends on how you look. That's what I would answer to. And if you ask for my response on that. So what I'm basically trying to say is women have.
Just in case y'all missed just how bad of a contradiction that was, I want to back it up a little bit.
Choose the men that you have. Women have the pick of the litter, and you get to choose the men that you have.
There are more women on this earth.
The litter, and you get to choose the men that you have.
She said, "Women do not have the pick of the litter."
So do you think men have more options than women?
Way more.
So if you text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight, what's your success rate on that?
100%.
Okay, now.
And this stuff is too funny, man. This stuff is too funny.
Ask me the same question.
That's different.
It depends on how you look. That's what I would answer to. And if you ask for my response on that. So what I'm basically trying to say is women have the sexual selection. So you get to choose who you want to be involved with.
Men are easy. That's the only reason why I can say 100%. Like the thing is, I feel like women are not as easy to get with than as men are. And it is what it is. Like men can.
Right. So you're proving your original premise wrong when you acknowledge that. All right.
Be in an entire relationship and you can tell them, hey, I want to fuck you tonight. And they will jump on that. And they will forget what they have at home. But I feel like women think a little bit more into that before they make that decision.
Okay.
Again, more delusion. That's why this space is important, because men have been charged up into perpetuity forever. But no, we've ran the numbers on that. We got the data on that. Men cheat slightly more than women by just a few percentage points by some studies. There are some studies that I think were, smaller studies where they probably found that women cheat a little more. But I think the best one that I found, it shows that that men cheat a little bit more than women by just a few percentage points. So, it's close enough to where it's damn near even. All right. It's damn near even. It's damn near 50-50, but they still, to the point, can just say that shit with confidence and just charge men up with being the bad, horrible cheaters. But no. They can't even do that no more, because if she got those kind of options, that means even her big ass can cheat whenever the hell she want, if she can just order penis like that. When I was 6 foot, well, not when I was 6'1", I'm 6'1" and was in shape when I was out there. I couldn't just order it like that. I had to roll up my sleeves and put in some work and get dressed up, be fresh out the barber chair, and go in and shoot my shots and fail. But after shooting enough, over a period of time, eventually, I end up getting something. Wasn't even always what I wanted, but it was something. Like that's where dudes at with it. But then sometimes, when you feel out there, feeling bulletproof and your game is on 100, 1,000, 9,000 or whatever, you got your collar popped there. Now, yeah, you might pull something bad. But overall, dudes out there on some, hey, I got to try to get what I can get out here. I know what I want. I'm just gonna try to get what I want. But overall, we just gonna try to get what we can get. But that whole just being able to just order women to the door like that, only a small percentage of dudes can do that. We know that. She know that. But the delusion is on 9,000.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is this. If you want a man that can protect and provide for you, because that's a male's role, why are you judging who you want to be with based on appearance?
Because you have to be sexually and physically attracted to a person. I feel like why do we have to accept the bare minimum? But for men, y'all
We got somebody. Okay, that's why I said Poor Man's Podcast is a gentleman. I'm gonna have to be the one to tell her. You can't be that well-rounded, pun intended. You can't be that well-rounded. Like a man that damn big, how much money do he got to have to be on some, oh, she has to be 100% physically attractive? No, for a man that damn big, no, he got to make some concessions. But her big ass can sit there talking about some, no, he has to be physically attractive. Like how Sway? How Sway? Like the delusion is on 9,000. That's why I had Kevin Sam using that thumbnail, just hovering over that conversation. It's just, it is blowing me away. I mean, Poor Man's Podcast ain't want to say it. You ain't want to say it. But we can say it here. We can say it here. That if she's sitting there talking about something, he has to be physically attractive. How can, if you eat yourself into being that damn big, you don't get to make demands about the physical attractiveness of the man that you're going to be with. Now, they are delusional because it is a lot of dudes who will, like she said, and I do believe her, that, every dude ain't pulling up. Because, I mean, I ain't pulling up if she say, come on, come get it. I ain't pulling up. So plenty of dudes that ain't pulling up, but it's enough that will. It's enough that will to where, yeah, she can. They help fuel her delusion. But you're gonna find out later in the conversation that her relationship prospects, it ain't so tight. So the relationship prospects are not so tight. But yeah, she can get men that just to pull up on her to drop some penis off. That does fuel the delusion. That do have to be conceited. But she's talking about this in terms of getting the guy to be in an actual relationship with her. So she's saying that this dude has to be physically attractive when she's eating herself to the point of being, I would say, attractive to a very, very, very small percentage of men.
we have to come with 100%. We have to check off every box. And I feel like why do we have to accept the bare minimum? But for men, we have to come with 100%.
Why do we have to accept the bare minimum? Those guys who you say 100% of the time, if you DM them, they will show up. Those guys are accepting the bare minimum. She's sitting there as the bare minimum product on the market saying, why do I have to accept the bare minimum? God damn. God damn. She is the. All right, I said I didn't want to be mean, but damn.
We have to check off every box. But as women, we have to be like, you know what?
Okay. She said we have to check off every box. She is sitting there not checking off a very important box, but passionately saying we have to check off every box.
Accept the bare minimum. But for men, we have to come with 100%. We have to check off every box. But as women, we have to be like, you know what? He provides. He's loyal, so therefore he doesn't have to be physically attractive.
What boxes are y'all checking off? Let me know what you.
We check.
Good question, Poor Man's Podcast. Good question. Ask the right question. The Lapeef Network lost their channel. YouTube took them down. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. And I don't understand why, because their channel seemed relatively clean. So I'm that's a little disheartening when I see something like that. Lil Big Nate got taken down, but we know why Lil Big Nate got taken down. Lil Big Nate been at war with YouTube since he started his channel. But Lapeef, they ran a pretty clean program, so that just blows me away. Dang, see in the building, she said 100% success rate. Does that include the married men she knows? I smell cap. Salute, but not. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, I mean, it's a level of cap there, just in the sense that she's, it's men who obviously going to say no. All right. I married. Well, shoot, some dudes cheat down. They can be married to a woman they're attracted to, but just to get something new, they'll smash something like that. It's some dudes like that. They will cheat based off what's there, what's close, what's convenient. That's how some dudes cheat. If an unattractive chick make it extremely convenient, and if a dude is hell bent on cheating and some chick make it hella convenient, he will go ahead and get that convenient sex. That convenient sex don't leave a paper trail. That's how the dudes that cheat. That's how they get it. That's how they operate. That just is what it is. So I don't think she capping 100%. I don't think she capping 100%. Women can easily hit up men and offer them casual, but that's not what they want. You mean that's not what women want? Bullshit. Women do want casual. She's going to admit it later on in the conversation that they do want casual. They love that casual. No, they get to a place where they paying their bills and they good, they solid. They can, they can they get to the point where they're solid. They're making their money and they good. They can pay their bills. They can drive their car. They ain't killing it. They ain't rich. They ain't no CEO, even though they probably got that in their Instagram, but they ain't no CEO. They make regular money or maybe slightly above regular money. And yeah, to be able to order up penis, they think like men, they operate like men. So that is a great life for a man. If you can make $70K a year and then just order some vagina whenever you feel like it, for a dude, that's winning. He could do that until he's 40 and then just, finally settle down and start a family at 40. That's the mindset that they have. That's how they operating. That's what they do. So yes, they are happy with working a job and just ordering some penis. Yes. It's the same, by the way. It's the same way that men can easily trick or watch P-Hub, but that's not what they really want. Yeah, I mean, I hear you on that, but it's a different ball game versus if you're looking at some P-Hub versus somebody who's actually able to get a live body in there whenever they want to. That's a different ball game. But I feel you. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. John Doe in the building says this refrigerator has to be physically attracted. Yes. She has to be physically attracted. She's walking around medically unhealthily, physically unattractive, but the man has to be physically attractive. I guarantee that she's probably on some. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. I guarantee she won't. I'm not gonna put Poor Man's Podcast in the line of fire. I'm not going to do that. Shout out to that brother. Thank you for providing this content that we're reacting to and having a great time with. But yeah, if I had to bet her ideal dude, because Poor Man's Podcast is not a very tall man. That's why I say I didn't want to put him in the line of fire. I seen him in a picture with Lapeef and a bunch of other guys. He was the shortest guy, so I'm just going to assume he around 5'7", 5'6", something like that. He was a shorter. He's a shorter guy. Mm-hmm. I guarantee somewhere in her mind, she's probably looking at this successful, in shape man thinking, yeah, but he need to be taller though. It's like that's where they at. JC the Conqueror in the building. He says, someone come on the panel and was wilding. Someone came on the panel and was wilding. Oh, this was an actual live stream. This is a clip from a live stream. So yeah, he must have just clipped to just a smaller part of it. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Broda says some troll came on a mirror stream and posted some let's just say P-Hub. Wow. Yeah, people be wilding. I remember somebody came on, I forgot whose stream it was. I don't know if that was Fantastic or Ramil. Some dude just took his shirt off and just and started. He took his shirt off and started doing push-ups or something. Like, two people be wilding. Shout out to Dane C in the building. Appreciate it. He says Lapeef got taken down, but oh my goodness, Cynthia G. Paris Milan's divested channels are still going. Lapeef got taken down, but holy crap! Lapeef got taken down, but the Cynthia G. Paris Milan and divested channels are still going strong.
You don't find that suspicious?
Man, I think it's something to that Lapeef thing. I think they're going to be able to challenge and get it back. I can't see them just being down and out because their channel is clean. So I think they will be able to appeal and get it back. Deadly Raver in the building says, what up, Bernard? I hope C-Day treated, I mean Christmas, treated you and the family well. Yes, it did. It was a good Christmas. God bless you for going over this vid. Her delusion levels is over 9,000. Yeah. E Capone in the building says 5'8" and a quarter checking in, BR, and I got 5 on it. Thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you for putting 5 on it. Appreciate everybody who put 5 on it. Freeman's Journal in the building says, when a black woman tries to set you up with her friend and she says she has a cute face, it is this chick. Facts. Absolute 100% facts. And once again, we got to do a commercial for Little Big Nate. His channel got knocked down. They took him down. He's down but not out. There's his backup channel. Make sure you go over and subscribe to Little Big Nate. There's 374 people in the building. Do we have at least 200? He said 100. Do we got 200 brothers ready to go over there right now and click the subscribe button on Little Big Nate's new channel? By all means, go over there and do it. Go over there and do it right now. All right. Back to it. Let's get back into it. We was close to 400. We had 375. Close to 400 in the building. Let's get these likes up. Let's get people in here. Let's go.
Off everything. We are smart.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is where she's talking about how they check off every box.
He's loyal, so therefore he doesn't have to be physically attractive.
What boxes are y'all checking off? Let me know what you.
We check off everything. We are smart.
Okay.
We provide. We're good wives. We're good mothers. We come from good homes. We can cook. We can clean. We're good in bed. Like everything that we have to mount up to, we do. And I feel like as women, unfortunately, we have to settle.
Okay, 350-pound woman talking about she have to settle. But okay, well, we want to back up because I want to take all those things she said one by one. This is where she's talking about checking off all the boxes. How we have to check off all the boxes. This is clearly one big box she omitted to discuss that she removed from evidence. I don't know if she thought that evidence was found by an illegal search and seizure, but no. That evidence is still allowed to be used in the court of law. We cannot remove this evidence from the proceedings. So no. You can't throw out. That's not evidence that will be thrown out.
We come from.
Okay.
He's loyal, so therefore he doesn't have to be physically attractive.
What boxes are y'all checking off? Let me know what you.
We check off everything. We are smart.
Okay.
What does she mean? We are smart. There's no evidence of women having higher IQs than men. Is actually the opposite when it comes to test scores, standardized tests, blah, blah, blah. We know men tend to do better in the math and science section. There's some sections that women do better, but overall, no, there's not an ounce of data that women are somehow smarter than men. She's going full feminist with it. She actually believes women are smarter than men. Like that's the only reason she would say that. We're smart. Like they have to or she's saying that in order for a woman to be in a relationship, she has to be smart, which means she's starting with something that men don't put a high value on. Now you can't be a dumb, loud idiot, but most men do not put a very high premium on a woman's intellectual capacity. We tend not to care. Long as she's not a dumb, intrusive, absurd problem with her stupidity. We don't need her to be a Rhodes Scholar to bring that term back into it. No, it's nice. My woman's pretty smart. My woman's very smart. All right. She lacks in logic. She's not very logical. She fits the stereotype in that sense that she's not very logical. Like she can kick my ass in a math test. She's very good at math. All right. She scored on the SAT, on the math section of the SAT or ACT. I think only 100 high school students do that per year. So she's really smart when it comes to math and all of that. So that's cool. That's just a nice little cool trinket to have. She helps my son with his math homework. That's great. That's awesome. But if you remove that off the table, but everything else about her was the same, she don't lose any points. She just gains a little bit. Just gains a little pinch, just a little bit more points from just being smart. But she don't lose anything from not being smart. For not being that smart. So out the gate, the first thing she named is something that's we can kind of give or take within reason. Just don't be a loud idiot. Okay, That's it. You know. Anyway, so she said smart. What else?
Provide.
Holy shit. Okay.
We check off everything. We are smart.
Okay.
We provide.
Provide. She literally just said we provide. The exact she's literally bringing up shit. A woman is 350 pounds bringing up a bunch of shit that we don't want when he's saying checking off all the boxes. And the thing that she's saying that she does bring, if she has to bring that to a man, she don't want to bring that to a man. She's disrespect. She don't respect a man if she has to bring that. So what is going on here? What is going on here? The delusion is ridiculous. The delusion is ridiculous. You're just grasping at straws, just saying stuff. We're smart and we provide. Yeah, you want a man that you got to protect and provide for. Well, big as you. Okay, I said I was gonna be nice, but I'm just saying it looked like if somebody ran up in there, I don't know. She looked more suited, ready to deal with a potential threat than poor man's pocket. I don't know. All right, anyway. All right. That's my last ill-advised punch. I'm gonna let y'all crack all the jokes in the chat. All right, but to even bring that up, to bring up the one thing that you bring to the table already, if you look at how the size that she is coming to the table, but the thing that she said she brings to the table is providing the one thing that she doesn't want to do, and if she has to do it, she's going to be upset that she has to do it. Any man who's halfway worth a damn and can make enough money to pay for his own, a place to live does not care about that woman's ability to provide. Men aren't trying to be protected. What you want men to rest in their femininity when they with you? Like, what the hell? Like that's just goofy as hell. That's goofy as hell.
We're good wives. We're good.
Okay. We're talking about black people here. The least, and I don't do the whole Bible thing, y'all know, but you know how they say that the man findeth a wife, meaning she was a wife before she got married. So I mean, just per that logic, the least married women cannot say that they're good wives. They're getting married the least. So you can't be up the group of the least married women and say that we're good wives, because if you're not making it to the wife level with any man, not just black man, but any man, that means that you're clearly not good girlfriends, because you're not getting promoted to wife. So that means that if you suck at being a girlfriend, you more than likely suck at a wife. So under what terms and conditions or way of measuring in any way, shape, or form does she come to the conclusion that they're good wives?
Good mothers.
Holy shit. Okay. Good mothers. Good mothers. They are. Shout out to grown man business. Shout out to grown man business. I gotta take a break. Gotta take a sip. 422 people in here. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Shout out to Lil Big Nate. His channel got knocked. That's his new channel. Go subscribe to Lil Big Nate. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Here's the deal. You said Shakanulu said if she lost 60 pounds, she'd still be 250. I don't think so, man. I think if Poor Man's Podcast, like my assumption is that he's about 5'7". I'm just gonna put her at 5'10". So if you that 5'10", if you 5'10" and that well rounded, I'm sorry, that's 350. That's 350. She lost 60 pounds, she's still close to 300. Like, no. Like, no. No. Okay, yeah, he got her at 5'10", 330. See, I put it at 350, man. I put it at 350. But anyway, what was she saying? She's saying they're good mothers. Listen, and y'all know I can get a little, sensitive about the whole black family structure thing, and I I light my candle and shed my tears for the community. I don't like to see it in the condition that it is. I want to see my people do better. Y'all know how that is. So I understand that our problems and our issues with families, that is, I always talk about the data and blah, 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 blah. But I'm sorry. By no measurable standard can someone just say in general that a Black woman can just say in general we're good mothers. It's by no measurable standard. All right, by no measurable standard. Hey, dude, who are you? He says, salute Bernard Riley. I am also a Bernard. Go by Bernie. Wrench missing. I don't know who the hell you are. I don't care if we got the same name. I ain't never seen you before. You was in my comment section asking for a wrench. It don't work like that. I got too many wrenches in here. I'm plotting on getting rid of some wrenches. You just coming up and you're just pulling up unknown. And I think he's some random white dude too. You like weekend at Bernie's, just pulling up in here doing that little crazy walk, asking for a wrench. You're like, no, you ain't gonna get a wrench. But thank you for the super chat. I definitely appreciate that. I do appreciate your support. But no, that don't work like that. Just can't pull up on me asking for no wrench like that. But yeah. By no measurable standard, by every listen, man. Listen, I'm seriously not even trying to go in on this part of it. I'm seriously not trying to go in on this part. We can't understand the overall reading level of Black children, and then say then Black women say, oh, we're good mothers. We can't understand the outcomes that so many Black children have going from kids to adults, and just we're good mothers. Like, come on. Like we like that. You just throwing stuff out there. Like, no, man. No. Like, all the data in the world shows that that's not true. Now, do I want to see improvement with that? Like, I've done streams with Black women, shout out to Queen Q, talking about how we need to do a better job not spanking our kids, because there's actual data that shows it lowers the IQ from teaching kids that every problem is a nail that you hit with a hammer. That lowers their cognitive ability. It's so much stuff that we could do different and better. But right now, the way that we do things, hell no, you can't say that. Hell no. Not an iota of data. The only thing they got is LeBron James made it to the NBA raised by a single mother, and she did that all by herself. Like, that's the argument. Like, damn. All right. So right now, so far, she said they check all boxes. Again, she ignored a very important piece of evidence that apparently somehow she thought that piece of evidence should be removed from this piece of evidence here can't be presented in the court of law for some reason. But she said they're smart, they provide, they're good wives and good mothers. What else?
We come from good homes.
We come from good homes. Like, Black men come from the same homes that Black women come from. And we know what those homes look like. We know what the out of wedlock birth rate look like. We know that's why I just showed that data, the partnering rate of Black people. The segment in the blue is children's living arrangement. Our arrangement is the smallest when it comes to 2-parent households. Like, yeah, I mean, I know that's probably hard to see, but no, the blue part is married. The yellow part is this just cohabitating and living together. The pink part is only women. It's just a woman and the kids in the household. Now, oddly enough, Black men it's a small sliver, the little orange sliver. Black men are more than any other group are living with kids, have their kids in the household by themselves. But if that blue and that yellow part was on par with what you see with Hispanic people, then I would be like, okay, cool. We doing good. But the separation and breaking up of Black families, it just can't be understood. Like, how on earth does she just fix her mouth to say we come from good homes? Like, what? We know how these homes look. We know how this family structure look. What the hell is she talking about? We come from good homes. And the Black Manosphere has done a good job of unearthing all the data and evidence to show that it's Black women who don't want those homes intact. It's Black women who be causing the breakups, who be filing for the divorces, who be fighting to get the dad to not be able to have every other week, 1 week on, 1 week off, be fighting to keep the dad out of his life. I just did something with lead attorney where that shit just pissed me off ridiculously. Like we covered that in so many ways with various channels in the sphere that prove that they want it exactly like it is. If they got a man and it's a beneficial situation and it satisfies them emotionally at the moment, they're happy with it. In the event that it does not satisfy them fully and emotionally, they just want to take the kid part ways, and that's that. The way that it's set up in America, that two people are together, they're not married, then the woman automatically has custody. If they break up, they like to depict it as this man just leaving the home. But no, it's a breakup in a relationship. She automatically has custody. That means when the breakup happened, the kid is automatically with her. And when the man fights to try to get 50-50 custody, she fights against him to have it. Therefore, they can never blame men for that data that I just presented.
We can cook, we can clean.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me show you how I got this ring. Okay, I'm just playing. That's very suspect, the cooking and cleaning part. Some can, but that's very suspect, especially in this modern day and time where we know that men do more cooking, cleaning, and household chores than ever. Now, it's true that women do work and pay more bills than ever, but men are doing more of the other stuff than ever. But they like to depict it as if that they are working and still doing 100% of all the household stuff, which isn't true anymore. I think both sides are doing are doing with the both sides are doing some of the stuff that the other side traditionally or used to do solely by themselves. But only one side is complaining about it, and it's the women who fought for it to be that way.
We're good in bed. Like,
okay, some, not all. Some, not most. I don't know. That's yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think they did to get this. They all think they're good in bed, so I don't think they get to submit that into evidence either. I don't think they get to submit that into evidence either. I don't think they get to submit that into evidence either. Shout out to Charles Merchant. I see you down there. Let me double check, make sure I ain't miss nobody else super chat. I'd be forgetting I could save and star all of them. Where we at? Charles Merchant in the building says the creature doesn't even honor its offspring through marriage, but she's a great mother. Yes. We do know after a divorce, shout out to the lead attorney, women fight tooth and nail to make sure that father is not in the kid's life. And by not in the kid's life, I mean weekend dad status. Every other weekend, Wednesday from 5 to 8. That's Uncle Dad status. They fight for him to be an Uncle Dad, but then complain about fathers not being involved in the kid's life, even though we do know it's some data that show that men, despite black men, despite being relegated to every other weekend, they do the best they can with that every other weekend. But if you're only with the kid 10% of the time, but then if the kid turns out wrong, it's 100% your fault, even though another parent was with them 90% of the time. So you're supposed to have 100% of the influence while only being able to be with him 10% of the time per the court ordered schedule that she fought for. Indigenous TV in the building says she's cute enough in the face, head only, and that's part of the problem. That's why she's delusional, because people like Indigenous TV, when she said her DM that when he asked her if any dude hit her up, if she hit up guys in her DM saying, hey, come through, let's have some sex, she literally said, oh, it would be a 100% success rate. Reason being, Indigenous TV, exhibit A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. All of it. XYZ, elemental P. That's exhibit elemental P right there. All of it. Indigenous TV. Guilty. You are guilty as charged. You are the reason she is delusional. Your fault. Your fault. And oh yeah, he says, Indigenous TV says, trust me, dudes would do it just to get another. And yeah, that's true. That part is true. And there was a moment I've already shown my cards on this one. There was a moment after the divorce, after when I was so happy to be getting some new trying to keep it clean. I was so happy to be getting some new action. I was taking all comers. It was a brief moment where anybody could get it. I eventually had to, take a step back and then have some standards, which I did, and I was better off for it. I got less sex, but better quality. But yeah. Yep. Uncle Stu, old man on the block. Shout out to you. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I just watched your video this morning when you was reviewing the Book of Obsidian. Very well produced video. Y'all make sure y'all checking out Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Check that brother out. Absolutely want to check him out. Moderators, you can drop the gentleman's link. Is did a good video. One of the more interesting videos on the Book of Obsidian. The way he did it. One of the more interesting videos. I like how he did that. Good content. I finally got caught up on your content. I've been trying to watch your content. Finally got a little bit of time this morning and checked out some of it. And remember, Little Big Nate's backup channel. Go sub to it. Little Big Nate got knocked. Go sub to him. Go sub to his new channel, his backup channel. Go do it right now.
Everything that we have to mount up to, we do. And I feel like as women, unfortunately, we have to settle.
I'm going to
again. How much money would a 350-pound man have to speak with that kind of confidence? To think that he's hitting on everything and he's settling for a woman. How much money? Just answer in the chat. How much money would a man have to be making to even fix his mouth to talk like that? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? How much money? How much money? Like, she is the thing that people settle for, but she thinks that she's settling. She literally thinks that she's settling and thinks she's checking all the boxes and bringing everything to the table.
take it in the order that you said, because when you ask a question off the top, usually people respond with what's off the top.
Okay.
Right? Your first things that you listed had nothing to do with what men want and women.
So what do y'all want?
And that's the problem. We want a feminine woman that wants to be fit, that wants.
Uh-oh. He almost said it. He said a feminine woman that wants to be fit. He didn't want to go full gangster and say that we want a fit and shape woman, which you are not. He didn't want to do that. He said a woman that wants, like, come on. I mean, look, I ain't gonna knock the brother. He keeping his show clean. He keeping his show clean. Shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. I understand, but I don't know what that statement mean when you say that wants to be fit. He could have possibly mean that you're working out, even if you're not all the way in shape. You're at least working towards your goals. You're fighting the good fight. You know, maybe that's what he meant. Just bare minimum, be fighting the good fight. I can understand that, but that wants to be fit. I mean, yeah, some 400-pound people that would like to be fit. You know, I would. I would like to have more muscles. That don't mean I'm doing push-ups every night. You know, but you know, I don't know what that means. That wants to be fit, but all right. Yeah. He was being nice. Man, get out of there, stoic, man. It's like, yeah, she's like 3 of him. 2.5 of him. Or 2.5 of him. Well, put it like this. I mean, if he's like 5'6", 5'7", and he's in real good shape. He was actually a professional athlete. I think he played soccer professionally, if I understand it right. I think I saw it on his Instagram. I think he plays soccer professionally. Those people are in great shape, 0% body fat. 0% body fat. Like those dudes are in tip top shape. So if he is, and I'm only saying he's 5'6" because I saw him standing next to a group of men and they were all either they all were really, really tall, if you're, or he just was really, really short. One or the other. So I'm just putting him at about rugby. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. I love my chat. Y'all just be correcting me on stuff. But yeah, he played rugby. And yeah, so rugby players, they in tip top shape. So I do think he's about 5'6". So if you 5'6" in tip top tape in tip top rugby shape, even though he's probably not playing right now, but still at 5'6", he might be one. I don't know. Like short, slim dudes. I don't know how to measure how much they weigh. I'm bad with that. But he might only be 150, 145. Like dudes like that, like put it like this: Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fought at Floyd Mayweather is 5'8", and he fought as a welterweight at 145. So that's why I'm putting Poor Man's Podcast at about 145, 150. If he's 5'6", like I'm assuming, yeah, easy 140, 145. So that means he's probably, multiply him by 2, that's 290. So I think even if you multiply him by 2, you still got him by about 60, 70 pounds. Sir Tyson in the building, he says, let's meet in the middle, Bernie, and say, wants to be fit means she's working towards it. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. But if he would have just stood in it and went full gangster and say that, no, we want a woman, we want a woman that's not 350 pounds. But he ain't going to go full gangster like that. 147 is welterweight. That was close enough. 145. I was close enough. It muscle weighs more than fat. BR. Yeah, that's why I thought about giving him like an extra 10 pounds because he do got some bulk on him. Like, but overall, but being in that good of shape and having that much muscle, it's still going to keep your weight down. So I wouldn't be shocked. I put him at 150 at the most. I put him at 150 at the most. Put him at 150 at the most. All right. We got 434 in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let people know that y'all here. Make sure you subscribe to Little Big Nate's channel.
Wants to take care of the small inconveniences in our lives and reciprocate the value. So if I go the inconveniences in my life. So for me, for example, I go to work every single day. My wife gets to sleep in if she wants to. I have a trip to Florida in 10 days. She's already booked the trip. She's already booked the flight. She's already taken care of the Airbnbs. I don't have to worry about that. When I sit down, she brings me a warm plate. That's something that I look for in a woman. I don't care about if a woman can provide. But why would a man care about if a woman can provide?
Do you feel like your household is the typical household that we see now in 2021? Are we now?
That's irrelevant to the point. That's very irrelevant to the point. Even though he did talk about his unique situation where him being an ex-pro athlete and now got a thriving YouTube channel with 300K subs. I mean, he's probably making. I mean, he went from playing pro sports. I don't know how much rugby players make, but he went from playing pro sports to, if you're getting those kind of views and got those kind of subs, he probably right now, you probably making hundreds of thousands on YouTube. So, I mean, he is in an abnormal situation, but she's going to go down that route and saying she's basically about to make the argument that implies that, that has to be the norm. That what he's doing and what he's making is not the norm. So women are still settling for what's suitable, and she has no bearing, no way of calculating what's suitable for her. That's where she's at, because she think in her mind she deserves that too. Let's just skip to the end. In her mind, she deserves that too, even at 350.
In a atmosphere where it's both women and men bringing things to the table as far as providing for a household. You say your wife gets to sleep in. Okay, that's really good.
Yeah,
but that's not typical.
That's because my wife selected me based on my drive and not my appearance. She's seen the vision. She's seen where I wanted to go, and she helped me get to that position.
So whenever women do that, why do we get called gold diggers? Do you feel like your wife was a gold digger? Because
what the hell? This is where this whole conversation about to get real cringe. It's about to get real cringe. Because now she's just saying stupid stuff because she's saying, and granted, I don't like the direction that he took it where he over personalized the situation. Because, every woman just can't, pick a, rugby player who later has a successful, thriving, 6-figure YouTube career. Like that's a hard thing to select for. So him doing that makes it to where she could say, well, that's not typical. So he went down the wrong yellow brick road in that argument. He went down the wrong yellow brick road. But what she's doing with it now.
Position.
So whenever women do that, why do we get called gold diggers? You feel like?
Oh yeah. That's what I want to say. And then that's where it's getting cringe and not making any sense because she's saying that a woman picking a man based off his potential to provide. No, that doesn't make you a gold digger. We know what a gold digger is. We know the difference. I hate when they pretend. This is the gaslighting that we break down and we pick apart over here. The gaslighting is her pretending like she doesn't understand that a woman picking a man based off his ability to provide, thinking about family and long term and children and all of that and blah 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 blah. No, she's just going to try to lump that in with a woman getting called a gold digger. We know what a gold digger is. We know exactly what it is. It's not a woman that's just choosing a man based off what he can provide and bring to the table. That not bring to the table. I hate that term, but those are two different things. Those are two different things. A woman making sure a man is stable and has a solid job before she enters into a committed long-term relationship with him. That's not gold digging. Cut it out.
Your wife was a gold digger because she looked at your drive, she looked at your ambition, she looked at what you could do for her financially.
My wife was with me since I was 15. So that in particular, I'm gonna give you that, because that's not the typical situation. What I'm trying to get at, if a woman is counted a gold digger if the man already is solidified, and that's what women want in 2021, and that's why it don't work out. Y'all try to go for men that are already solidified, that look a certain kind of way, and then when it don't work out, y'all play dumb. Look at Brittany Renner.
Now, that part is true because you could tell, and you're going to find out definitely later on in the show when she starts saying what amount of money a man can make that's not enough because she wants more. They're going to get into that. But that is true that even a woman at 350 pounds, yeah, she in her mind, she still wants that guy who's already there, who's there and successful. Like it never even occurred to her that maybe she don't qualify for that, or maybe that guy don't want her. You could just tell it never occurred to her. Now, part of that is because guys like Indigenous TV is still pulling up at night getting some dome from her. But anyway.
PJ Washington, she dealing with PJ Washington. Oh, he told me this, he told me that. That don't matter. Did he put a ring on that finger? We judge character based off action. We judge characters.
They were married.
We judge character based on actions.
They were married, so I'm confused.
PJ Washington and Brittany Renner was married?
Yes.
Oh shit, I fucked that up then. But you looking at like situation.
Come on, bro. Actually, I don't even know if they was married. I just know that they was engaged. I know he was actually pursuing her for a serious relationship, and he was stupid as hell for that. That's the only thing I know about that. Like I said, I can care less about that whole Brittany Renner situation. But no, she was somebody who wore it on her sleeves that she was just out to get the bag off a star. As soon as she got the ring, engagement or married or not, she got the ring, she got the baby, and she high stepped out of there like Deion Sanders. And that's a reference that I always say, even before her and Deion Sanders did a collaboration where she in there with her sitting there in that chair with her legs open, trying to keep the dudes up on game on how not to get in between the legs of somebody like her while she in there half naked with her legs open.
Situations like Sierra and Future. Look at their situation. You dealing with a man that's been around the block. He got kids. He ain't been taking care of his kids. And now you want to lay up with him. And this ain't even something that's celebrity. Only reason I use celebrities is because we all know them people. I can go to the hood right now and show you hella relationships that's messed up because it's a dude that's a crackhead. He got 3 or 4 baby mamas. He ain't doing nothing with his life. But because he look a certain way, all these women want to lay up with him and date him based on potential.
Okay, all right. I love it. I love a good joke. Barack Obama's new book, The Audacity of Hoes. His first book, no, I think that was actually his second book, called The Audacity of Hope. Second book called The Audacity of Hope. His next book is going to be called The Audacity of Hoes. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's funny, man. That is funny. Yeah, he spit major bars right there. He spit major bars. Major bars. Audacity of hoes. Yeah, there's a lot of audacity in this one.
But when you're talking about potential, are you talking about Will Smith before he became Will Smith? Because that's potential. Are you talking about Barack Obama when Michelle Obama held him down through law school? Because that's potential. But are you talking about a dude?
Yeah, I don't like the way you're going with that. I don't like when dudes talking about women holding them down. I ain't feeling that either. But all right, let's roll.
That's just sexually attractive that ain't doing nothing with his life, and you hoping that he get it together one day while he living off of your refund check.
I feel like that's
No. He killed it right there, because that is what a lot of them do. They will just get a dude who they like. Like, she, even big as she is, she talking about sexual attractiveness is important. You got to be sexually attractive, and so yeah, they do get a sexually attractive dude, and they think that they pussy going to magically make this dude be worth a damn. A lot of chicks do that. Now, she may be in a situation where she has no choice but to do that, and it's going to start coming out as the video goes on. But yeah,
easier said than done. Like you said, you want women to go. You're telling me women should date based off potential, but as soon as we do that, we get called every negative name in the book. If we look at a man and say, hey, he has a good job, he can financially provide for me, he might not be the best looking, but I look good, we automatically get labeled a gold digger.
that is BS. That is how the world works. Shout out to Game Changer. Women in a relationship ought to be more prettier than what the man is handsome, and he should be better at everything else. That is a perfect ideal situation. But you're also saying that, as she said earlier, that women, we're smart and we provide, but you're going to later show that you don't want to be providing. So it's like, what do you want? It's like she just all over the place, literally.
But you're telling me that's what we should be going after. But you're also saying that, look at Brittany Renner. She went after a guy that could financially provide for her. He might not have been the best guy, but she was called. Would you consider Brittany a gold digger?
I would consider her an opportunist.
Didn't she basically write a book on it though? I mean, like, I didn't read the book. I don't know all the details. Like I said, I don't follow what she's doing like that. But I remember mediocre tourism reviews played a bunch of clips of Brittany Renner and some of her most quotable moments, and it's hard to make a case that she is not somebody just out to get the bag and get out on any dude. Like she sees men as a product to, like, I mean, that was clear and that was obvious. I mean, yeah, she played a dummy like that. She played a dummy. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You get the baby and you go high stop. You get the baby off an NBA player and you go back to the streets that fast. Like, come on. Like, so yeah, the evidence shows we can call her that.
For sure. And I think that her resume shows that. And I think that that's why she's catching the flack. She's catching the flack because she promoted herself and branded herself as a woman that would go after men for a check.
Why can't we go based off potential and opportunity?
You can go based off potential and opportunity, but the problem is y'all not going off potential and opportunity.
She think going after potential, she think that is equal to picking a man based off his potential to provide. She thinks that's equivalent to gold digging. Like, that's what I'm saying. This conversation is just getting weird and cringe. Weird and cringe all over the place. 463 people in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate each and every one of you in the building. Justin March in the building with the $5 super sticker. Definitely appreciate that. And we also got, who we got in here? We got Estrella, Angel of the Night. You look familiar. Did you change your YouTube name? I think okay. Bernard, aren't you also overweight? Instead of offer support on weight loss, you took the low road in mocking another overweight person. We all have flaws. None of us are supermodels. Self-hate is a hell of a drug. I've been fully on camera, standing up, and so it's it ain't the same. All right, it ain't the same. All right. it ain't the same. All right. Let's not go there. Let's not even play that game. Like, that's a goddamn joke. Yeah, Dark Knight mentality. She paid $10 to show that she's triggered. I can't even find your comment, Dark Knight mentality. I just read it and then it disappeared. Oh no, I was trying to click on Dark Knight Mentality's comment, but yeah, she got she got hella turf. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I definitely appreciate you paying money to say that. I definitely appreciate you paying money to say that. But there's plenty of videos of me and pictures of me fully standing up in all my glory. I'll show you one of them right here. Since shots are being fired. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Since shots are being fired, I mean, okay, I showed you the one where my woman is standing in front of me, so you can't really see me, but nah, you no, you're not looking at an overweight, obese man right there. You're looking at a normal size, stocky man who, used to work out, used to be all muscle. I need to tighten it back up, but overall, no. That's looking at me and looking at that woman in that video and say that my critique of her is self-hate. No. Now, if she just was saying normal stuff and that's it, I wish I could make that bigger. Why can't I? If she was just saying legitimately normal, why can't I make that bigger? Shit. If she was just saying legitimately normal stuff, I wouldn't say nothing about it. It's the delusion that I'm talking about where she's that big and saying she has to settle. She said that big and saying she has to settle for men. So yes, I'm speaking up for men. That men are not something that you settle for when you're 350 pounds. All right. That's the point here. That is the point here. Don't conflate the two. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be stupid. We know what it is, and we know the difference. We know the difference with we know the difference with somebody sitting on 350 pounds. Like, come on. You should be ashamed of yourself with that comment. Waffle Talk Ronnie says when women choose potential, they're really choosing room for growth. The whole potential thing, like, I don't care that much about, I mean, you shouldn't choose some dude that's you shouldn't choose a bum and just cross your fingers and hope that he becomes something. You shouldn't do that. You for damn sure shouldn't do that. She had to settle for a half pound of bacon, right? You shouldn't do that. All right. You shouldn't do that. The whole settle thing. I look at it like this. Shout out to Pablo in the building. The whole settle, not settle, the whole the choosing for potential thing. You should just choose somebody. What do I say? Competence, character, and willingness to commit. You should choose for that. Now, if that competence turn into like super success, then that's great. But if that competence turns simply into just, a guy who's working a solid job, making solid money, putting food on the table, roof over the head, yeah, that's solid too. That matters. That means something. That's a factor and a variable in the equation. All right. So look at a woman like she's in college. Okay. She got her whole phase out in her first 1 or 2 years in college. Then yeah, she's getting with the guy who's about to become an engineer. She's trying to get with him for the long haul. Okay. That's a pair, that's a match. He has a successful career. She's hopefully prettier than what he's handsome. And, they could have a solid match. And if she actually commits to him and don't, go high stepping up out of there by the time she's 30 with the taking the kids in the bag and everything, which happens a lot of the time, that traditionally that is a workable situation. She does have some skills. She can work if she needs to. But overall, he's somebody she could see that was building towards something. And she had long-term aspirations and goals, thinking about family with the whole thing. And then, yeah, that's a workable situation. That was the deal before the feminist movement broke up that deal. All right. That was the deal before the feminist movement broke up that deal. All right. She should settle for the kids menu. I seen her in an anime. I think what? I don't know what you're talking about. You seen her in an anime. If you're not a member of my Patreon, well, one, me and Soul, actually, it's still up. I mean, the one me and Soul Provider did, the Matrix Resurrections, What to Expect. That was a real good stream. I definitely enjoyed that. And then I did a follow-up stream that Soul Provider came on late on that one. And that one will be broken up in pieces on Patreon. So if you want to see my breakdown of my spoiler breakdown of the Matrix, you want to join the Patreon, because I played actual clips from the movie. I put it out there. I had to delete that, or I was gonna my channel was gonna get hit. But Stoic One says an anime character. I think he means that with a question mark. I don't know what Soul Provider was talking about, but shout out to Soul Provider. We had a good little one-on-one the other day. Jesus don't like fat broads. That's why he ran and jumped up on the cross. Absolutely. Even says that in the Bible. Osmosis reacts beta. He says, you can ask me for anything, but not to lose weight. It's a common point most modern women play. Only the beta will accept this standard. Hey, Osmosis. Well, y'all probably can't even tell what this thing is, but I just recently got this. Hold on. Y'all probably can see. Nope, y'all can't see this. Y'all can't see this. I got one of those little things to where you can push the little buttons. I'm gonna have a beta button. I'm gonna have a beta button. Actually, no, I'm gonna get the video drop of it, but I just want the sound bite of it too. That's what I want more than anything. But shout out to Osmosis Reacts. Shout out to him. All right, where we at?
Going off of men that are already successful. That's the problem.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to look at the age that we're dating at this point. There are people becoming more successful younger and younger. We're not talking about these people that are becoming successful in their 50s and 60s. People are becoming millionaires in their young 20s.
That's Instagram. That's the difference in perspective. Men don't reach financial potential, the peak of their financial potential, until about 55 to 65 years old.
That's not always true, though.
It's not always.
Of course, it's not always true. It's only true some of the times. It's only true a small percentage of the time. A small percentage of the time, people can reach their peak at 25 or 30. But Poor Man's Podcast, he's right. Men start getting their money later in life. I don't know what it had to do with the conversation that you just brought up. Some people are getting their money younger. Of course, some people are, but we know we know data. We do data over here. All right.
Always true, but see, now we go into the exceptions.
But you don't know who I date. What if I date the exception?
We go into the exceptions.
Uh-oh.
Not always financial potential until about 55 to 65 years old.
That's not always true, though.
It's not always true, but see, now we go into the exceptions.
But you don't know who I date. What if I date the exception?
We go into the exceptions.
What if I date the exception?
But you don't, because if you was dating the exceptions, you would still be with them.
All right. The you don't know who I date. What if I date the exception? But everything that she says is things that more or less implies that she don't date well, she's going to say some things later on that's going to really imply that she don't date the exception. But see, now she's trying to argue. She's trying to argue against the facts and data and say that she's in some exception situation. But even if we granted that, we do know that her exception only proves the rule. We do know that her exception only proves the rule. So yeah, we know to deal with that. But that's one that I would put the cap on. I don't put the cap on the fact that she can order some penis. I don't think that's cap. But if she's trying to pull up and say that, that she's just pulling the exception, she's pulling the high earning, knocking it out the park guy. Nah, we don't believe you. You need more people.
Who says I'm not with him?
Okay, maybe that's fair. Okay, what I'm basically getting at is women are looking for the wrong. Name me one good king, one good conqueror that had one woman.
LeBron.
You think LeBron got one? I'm an athlete. I'm an ex-professional athlete. Come on, let's keep it a buck. You think LeBron ain't? And I'm not even going, and you can't even count Martin Luther King because he was sleeping around.
He was.
Right. So what we talking about? Any good man that has already been established? Come on, let's just keep it a buck.
I'm just saying,
it's
like,
a clean image. Didn't we just discuss that if you text everybody in your phone right now, you said 100% success rate will sleep with you. That's not the case for average men. Do you know that 30% of men will be virgins by the age of 30? Will have never touched a woman.
Now, he's making a solid point right there because he low-key called her average. I mean, you could put her below average, but he low-key finally, but he soft-shoed the Kevin Samuels argument where, and that's fine. I understand. She's sitting right in front of him. He don't want to catch them hands. I get it. But him pointing out that what she talked about with the DMs and juxtaposing that with the mere fact that 30% of men under 30 report having no sex in the last year. Yeah, I think I said the stat wrong earlier in the show. I said that they were virgins. They don't mean they necessarily virgins. It just mean they haven't had sex in the last year. But needless to say, nevertheless, if she can just order up penis, like what she said, she just hit up every guy that she got contact with through via text message or whatever, and said, "Hey, I want some penis, come through. Let's have some sex." She said that it's a 100% rate they'll show up, and then the the average guy don't have that. That was him basically saying, yeah, and that your average below, but let's just go average. She said that's him saying that you're an average woman, and you have that, but the average guy don't have that. So that makes null and void a lot of the previous arguments that she made. So that was a good point on his part. He's soft shoeing it, which I understand because they sitting right there together.
That means that women have the selective choice of who they mate with. So you have the responsibility of who you allow in your body. Y'all choosing them based off appearance. That's what I'm trying to get at. Y'all got a layout. All you got to do as a woman is, okay, so for men, our burden to society, our burden to humanity is to build civilizations. That's our job. Whatever you want, I'm going to provide. Men, build the microphone, build the camera, build the house. This is all men. This is what we do. We provide. You going to make the face like we don't do that? This is what we do. We provide for.
Historically, women have started things first a lot of the time, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. They just be having alternative facts out of this world. Historically, women have started like she could legit say right now there are women who are building things and starting businesses and being CEOs of businesses and in positions of power. She could literally make that argument right now. But historically, like, man, the amount, like the delusion, like this isn't about just beating up on her because of how big she is. It's the amount of delusion. The mass amount of delusion.
The reason why I feel like it is men, because I feel like men have too many options. I feel like men kind of are at this point, like they find something good, but they're never satisfied.
She's talking about a small percentage of men that she don't have access to. Either she's talking about a small percentage of men that's at the top that she don't have access to, or she's talking about the men who fall into that DM category that if she hit them up for some sex, they would show up, hit it, and that's only. And so she's just looking at that as men, being some major problematic thing, but she's not understanding where she obviously ranks on the market. The guy who she qualifies for is not the guys who she's looking at that has all those options. The guys that, shout out to Indigenous TV, who will come by and get some dome after midnight is not the guys that she's qualifies for. She's it's just so glaring that that's why I put Kevin Samuels in the thumbnail hovering over the conversation.
So whenever they feel like something else comes to them that might be a little bit better, unfortunately, they hop on that and they take that next option.
So when I just said the statistic that 30% of men will be virgins, that didn't do anything. That didn't prove
Nothing.
That didn't show to you that men don't, by and large, have the majority of the options. Men get with what they can get. Women get to choose who they want when it comes to sexual
Because I feel like
opportunity.
virgins could be not shit too. So no.
So everybody.
Yeah, so just the virgins out there beating on women, cheating on women, causing women all those problems. And every problem that women have with men, those virgins are not at the scene of any of those crimes. However, however, the virgins can be ain't shit either. All right. All right. They causing all the problems. All right. Just gonna scapegoat virgins. Okay.
In your phone that you get to choose from, those are all men that are in your plethora of people you can be involved with. Now it's up for you to decide whether those men are good candidates for you to be involved with. Now that's your responsibility as a woman. Like I said, a man's responsibility is to build civilizations and societies. A woman's responsibility is to bring forth the next generation of society builders. That's your job.
No, I feel like I have to disagree. I feel like women build families, women build households, women build homes. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
How can you say
women build families, women build households, women build homes? No, women biologically carry the child, and women and they have legal custody over the child in the event that they're not married. I said this earlier in the show. I'm gonna say it again because there's more people in here. Women, when they get pregnant, that child is born, if they're not married, they automatically have hands down custody of the child. Okay. When that relationship ends and those two people separate, the child goes with that woman. That is the law. So you can't talk about men building families. I mean, women building families and all of this and all of that and blah, 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 but not acknowledge the fact that even when they're married and when their relationship goes, bucket list is complete, they've gotten married, all right, they're leaving at a 70 to 80% rate. And when the dad tries to get custody or 50-50 joint custody, they fight against it. They fight against it tooth and nail. They can't. So you can't talk about women as if they're the still mountain stable force in relationships, and men are just roaming all over the place. When we got an overwhelming amount of evidence, even in this conversation, that women are the ones that are not choosing to stay and stick around and think they got more options and better prospects than what they actually have. And even when they're overweight and with children, they still think that they got time and an ability to float around. So you don't get to make those arguments. You don't get to make those arguments.
Say that women build these things, and you say that men are responsible for the failings of relationships, but the things that you listed that women are bringing to the table in relationships aren't things that men want in relationships.
Maybe not what you want, but I feel like that's what the typical man wants.
If I can provide for my family and my kids, and I make enough money to do that by myself, why do I care about how much money you bring to the table when you want me to pay all the bills anyway? So when I ask you what you bring to the table,
paying all the bills nowadays.
When I ask you
men
no, the point was that why do he care what you bring to the table if you expect him to pay everything, or I will add the majority of the bills anyway? So your money is just helpful to the situation. Like that's just point blank and obvious. But the thing that she doesn't want to have to do, and she's not going to respect the man if she has to do it. She can't use that as some value that she's bringing to a relationship. Like it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Are asking women to split checks. Women go to dinner and men are asking to go Dutch.
That's because
No. They're asking you to go Dutch. No, yeah. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride.
You ask for equality.
Men are not paying
bills. If you ask for equality, we give you what you want. You ask for society, we give you what you want.
Because you're broke, and because we can provide better.
Oh, is that what it is?
So okay. So now we get into the point where she's showing that she actually somehow thinks that women make more money than men and can provide better than men. Even in the black community, black men still make more money than black women, but they, in their mind, think that they make more money. They actually think that. She thinks that black women make more money and men need to get on their level, or she thinks she makes good money and men need to get on her level. Again, the Manosphere has done a good job of unearthing this. Your level is not based off how much money you make. It's based off how you look. That is your level. So I don't doubt that she could provide better than the men that she qualifies for in a relationship. She probably can, because the men who would be in a relationship with her are probably not top tier, top earning, probably barely even middle of the pack earners. So yes, I have no doubt that that's her experience. But she got DMs on demand. She can get them. She can get them. She can get them filing in, bid them in, get them in. Shout out to 480 people in the building. We see if we can get this up to 500. Make sure you hit the like button. The great preloader, I think that's right. The great preloader in the building. He says, "I'm feeling sorry for those jeans. Those jeans are clearly torn between all of the options of men she has chasing her." Yeah, I've been killing those jeans, the little rips at the knees. They saying that I believe they came like that. Cut it out with the joke, saying that she did that to those jeans when she sat down. Cut it out. Devon Mitchell, I'm being a little extra mean today. I need to cut it out. I'm normally the nice guy in the sphere. Devon Mitchell in the building says, "You really want to piss her off? Don't take her to dinner on the first date. Take her to the track to run 1 mile and give her Caesar salad afterwards." Shout out to Obsidian. She'll have the salad. A story to tell in the building. He says, that looks and grandma with her. Oh, I think he's saying that looks like a grandma with her grandson. Keep grinding, Bernard. Yeah, get out of there. They look the same age. Cut it out. Shout out to GC in the building. I started to hit you up for this one, GC. I know you got a rant in you on this. In fact, let me put the link in the chat for Game Changer. And remember, y'all, subscribe to Little Big Nate's new channel. I think he said they at 100 already. It's almost 500 people in here. No reason why we can't get Little Big Nate's new channel, because they took down his first channel. No reason why we can't get this one up to get it. I want 200. His goal was 100. We hit that goal. His goal was 100. My goal was 200. We hit the 100. Let's get to 200. So, all right, we got 489 people in here. No reason why he can't have 200 new subs. So let's get that going. Let's get that going. Mike and Vince Perkins in the building says, Black women aren't choosing potential. They're choosing attractive bums, hoping the man gets his life together. # manifesting. Yeah, all day. Sound like you listening to the earlier part of the stream. But absolutely. That link is for Game Changer. I want to see an army of people come running up and throw that out there for GC. But make sure y'all subscribe to Little Big Nate's backup channel.
This because last time I checked, women don't make as much as men on average. Last time I checked, it's a lot of women that think they boss babes and boss B words walking around here that's solo and angry and sad.
See, I don't like that. So you're telling me just because she's a boss, she has to be solo?
No. He said they think that they are. They're not. They have a degree in whistling. Like I always say, they work. Well, me and Game Changer had a debate about this one. I thought I came up with the term saying they have a degree in basket weaving, but I think he said it, and I got inceptioned with it and thought it was my idea. But they got a degree in basket weaving and working in a cubicle, making 40K, thinking they a boss because they can pay their bills, feed themselves, and get from 1 month to the next. Basically, when they accomplish adulthood, they some boss bitches, feminine CEOs. But a man doing that same thing, as we're going to hear later in the show, well, that's not enough for how I want to live. Like, she's literally going to say that. She's about to be talking about that lifestyle stuff. Like, the delusion is about to go that through the roof to where she's about to be talking about the type of lifestyle a man need to provide for her.
She has to be bitter. She has to be by herself. I have to disagree because I feel like whenever men want to be a boss, whenever men want to be this like mogul, women praise them. But whenever it comes to Black men and whenever it comes to Black independent women, y'all automatically consider us bitter because we're successful, and that's not fair.
What we don't have anymore is family, right? And that's because the women,
Okay, let me just first off deal with that nonsense. We don't consider women who are successful to be bitter. I mentioned that my woman is smart. She has a good job. She makes decent money. She is not a bitter woman. She's not an angry woman. She's not a pushy woman. She's not a bossy woman. She's a very soft, feminine, and submissive woman. Yes, you get that. You get called that based off your actions, based off your combativeness. That's what gets you that. It's not just that you're making money. It's not just that you're adulting at an adult level. That does not get you that title. It's all the other shit. I hate when they try to smuggle that in. That's the gaslighting.
Want from women, they're not providing to us. We don't have any stability in our household. When you look at the Martin Luther King movement, when you look at the Malcolm X movement, when you look at Black Wall Street, all of that was built by Black families, not by Black women being independent women, looking for the highest guy on the totem pole that they can get. Because you understand that when men have opportunity, like you said, they largely do not settle down with one woman. So why are women looking for men that are the most handsome and tallest guy that got all the money, when that's not the guy that's statistically speaking going to stick with you? And you know that because you just said it.
So to go back to your point, the reason why we don't have families is because Black men are not present. Let's take a plethora of examples. Let's look at Tristan Thompson. Tristan.
She went to a celebrity example. I'm going to go to a different example. I'm going to go to an example of just a regular, normal, run-of-the-mill, average Jane woman who came on Kevin Samuels' show and said this.
Your grandmother, your great-grandmother actually could work with a Black man with more trauma.
Because they understood that the Black woman and the Black man are on the same side. Now that we are all free and independent and we could do whatever we want to, why would we seek to, be one with the Black man? We even think that being...
Thank you. Clip it, slice it, put it on World Star.
All right. And with that little tidbit of information said right there, I will bring Mr. Game Changer into the conversation. I don't know how long you've been listening, but anything you got to say, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for having me, Bernard. Yeah, I only been listening to maybe like 12, 15 minutes. And this is just overweight women's tactics. This is fat women's tactics in order to get the same life privileges that non-fat women get without being non-fat. And that is to basically shame Black men into thinking that we owe her more penis than she deserves if she was any other race of woman. That's what it really comes down to. And she's also throwing in the tactic of, you have to compete because I can get penis anytime I want to. That's what I'm sensing from her. It's not going to work.
Wait, hold on. Were you watching earlier in the stream when she said that?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so
like I said, I only saying like 10 or 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
She picked up on. You picked up on that so perfectly. Poor Man's Podcast. Well, after she said that men have the pick of the litter, they can get whatever they want out there, and then he basically asked her, if you hit up every man that you have contact with, said, hey, could you you want to come over to my house tonight and have some sex? What would be your success rate? She, without blinking or flinching, said 100%. So you picked up right on that perfectly. So go ahead, you got it.
Oh no, it makes sense that 100% of the guys that she has contact with wants to sleep with her because that's the only reason why they would contact her. So like that makes perfect sense.
Well, I don't know if she meant. Well, I don't know if she meant by extension, friends on Facebook, Instagram. If she meant that, then I mean that's bad. But yes, if her and a guy ever got to the point where his number is in her phone and her number is in his, then yeah,
it's because he wants to sleep with her. I mean, really, the only reason to associate with this woman, for at all, is to sleep with her. So I can only assume that every guy who associates with her is looking to sleep, Facebook or otherwise. That's just my opinion,
Yeah. No, you was building towards something. I cut you off. You was talking about her tactics that she was using and whatnot.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, outside of sex, she don't have sex submission sandwich. She don't have that. These things will not sustain her in a relationship. Now, one can say that even though she is a big woman with fake hair, that she can offer sex submission and sandwich, and that would be false because fat women, for one, fat women are not women and therefore don't deserve our love or respect. But primarily speaking, no,
Come on. All right,
no,
go ahead. Go ahead.
but fat women, they have not submitted. I repeat, they have not submitted. If you ever submit to a guy ever, the first thing that he will tell you to do is submit to a diet. Don't be fat. That is the first command. Kind of like fat people can't be like Navy SEALs. Fat women can't be women. So yeah, she's failed in that regard, meaning that she cannot offer sex submission and sandwich. So she has to use tactics. Now, the tactics were effective at one point. I would say maybe the 80s or something, the tactics were reasonably effective. Now it's not so much, and she's getting ornery. She's getting upset that it's not working. And what you're seeing is just her wailing at the system of, uncooperative peni. And that's what a lot of Black women are upset. They're upset at this new wave of uncooperative peni, and they don't know how to function with it.
Technological chaos in the building. He says, I guess this is what Charles Barkley meant by there's no Victoria's Secret. Victoria is a secret. Huh? There's no Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret. Victoria is a secret. You know what you're talking about right there? Yeah, me either. But thank you for the super chat, Technological Chaos. I do appreciate the $10 super chat. And also, somebody else came through with a super chat as well. That was who we got here. The name is Feminist Tears. Like he just drunk some feminist tears and went,
Yeah. He's talking about that Cartman thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh shoot! I not watch South Park. I don't even remember Cartman saying that. But she got to pull her stomach up to see. Is that a cat? I can't tell what kind
to
of.
see a cat.
Okay, good, yeah. Okay, but talking about having to settle, yeah, and that's my thing. Like Game Changer don't mind being brutal when it comes to overweight women, but that's my thing. If a woman is just overweight but she ain't saying nothing crazy, I'm not just going to blaze up a stream and just start talking about her just for being overweight. But if she is on there talking about she got to settle for these men and can't find one on her level, no, we gonna call that out. We gonna correct the record on that. Like that's where I'm at with it. Now Game Changer just likes to go in on fat women because it makes it makes their teeth white. You know it do. Cut it out. You
No. Bernard, the overweight women. No, the overweight women that I go off on, they're of a similar mindset, and that is that they want the rights and privileges of being a woman without actually being a woman. So and that doesn't fly. Just like just like a homeless man don't get the rights and privileges of being that most men have. And overweight women don't get the rights and privileges that most women have. Now, somebody in the chat room said Black men have the lowest standards. Yes, that is true. However, low Black men have low standards. You see, I was talking to and by low Black men, I was assuming that it was Southerners. I was talking to a Southerner in a back chat not too long ago.
Yeah.
And he seemed to have exceptional standards. And his experience in the South is very similar to mine, meaning that, the more fit girls did seem more thirsty and aggressive. I noticed that there's two camps of brothers, ones with standards and ones without. Now what's happening is brothers, even though we have the lowest standards, we are starting to gain standards. And these women here, the biggins, they're trying to well at the machine. They're trying to, re-establish the mindset that took away the Black man's standards in the first place. And that mindset is, I am unworthy of a woman that works out. That is bullshit. Remember, it was on your show where some dude was like, we had to pick between fit, feminine, and friendly. Like, what do
Yeah,
they?
yeah, I wasn't
What?
feeling that. Yeah.
Yeah, what do they have to pick between? You see, they live off of that mindset. Nobody else thinks that. Like, where's the Asian guy picking between fit, feminine, and friendly? Like, you can only have two. Like, what kind of crap is that? So the mindset of black men are changing, and they don't like it. See, there's way too many fat black women than they have black men with the mindset to think that these are women. That period.
Indigenous TV. Just because you admitted that you would be one of the guys in her DM that would show up ready to do business, do not put any slander on poor man's podcast name. Okay, he's doing content, he's doing a service, and he's doing a community service right now. And so do not don't put that slander on his brother's name. All right, you will not do that to him. All right. Where we at? All right, let's roll some more. It's about 5 minutes left in this thing. Let's go.
Has a third baby mama. Okay. And he was willingly sleeping with this woman.
Oh wait, she's talking about how black men break up families or whatever, and she's referencing Tristan Thompson as an example. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He's one of the guys that was he's an NBA player, played for the Cleveland Cavaliers and a few other teams, and he was one of the dudes was with one of the Kardashians. I don't know which one because I don't keep up with that.
No. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Some men in this world have every right, I would say duty to sleep around on their wife. That's just how it is. I'm not one of those men. However, I understand that they exist and that they have the right to do so. Martin Luther King had every right to do. What was she going to do? Upgrade? You can't upgrade. There's him and there's Malcolm X, and he was already taken. Period. So, yeah, if you're that dude, you have every right, and regulars and non-women should not speak against it. Kobe Bryant had every right to do what he did.
Kobe Bryant. Oh, wait. Okay. Careful.
Rest in peace. But what I'm saying is...
Wait, no. Are you talking about the incident in Nevada where he was accused of a word that we can't say for the YouTube algorithm?
I don't even know what happened. I just know that I know that he bought his wife a gift to make up for his indiscretion.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just wanted to save us from getting clipped because the story is that he forcibly entered the woman.
Oh, so, no, I
just want to make sure you're not saying he had every right to do that. You're saying assuming that his story is true, which I do believe it is, that it was all consensual. He had every right because he's Kobe motherfucking Bryant. So
exactly.
That's what
exactly.
All right, cool.
Exactly. I didn't know it was a legal matter, but I'm saying like the whole I have the right. Let's take him out of it. Let's say what's his Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has every right, dare I say duty, to do such a thing. Like he does. I mean, how dare these women, how dare these mortals, talk about stuff like that? That's like saying, oh, the Pharaoh cheated on me. He's the Pharaoh. That's what he's supposed to do.
Gotcha. That's why I hate when they go to the celebrity example. The celebrity example does not work, does not apply. All right. When you're talking about men who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars and what they're doing in their life, that does not apply to you.
Me, yeah, game changer.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about her. I mean, it doesn't apply to her. She thinks she's settling, but no, you don't even, you don't got those kind of problems. Like, so I don't even know why she even going there, why she would even bring up a celebrity situation. Even though I understand only excuse to bring it up. And Poor Man's Podcast did this too, to be fair. You bring up celebrities because everybody knows who they are, but it's still when she's trying to make the point that black men are breaking up or messing up families, and she bring up Tristan Thompson. Like, come on. Like,
well, what she's trying to do is she's trying to say that I belong to a race of cheaters, therefore I should boink a fat chick. That's what she's trying to do. Those tactics worked in the past. It worked, it probably worked on some poor schlub in the 80s saying that, oh yeah, well, Martin Luther King cheated on his wife, therefore I have to take a hit. I have to take a hit. No, I don't have to take a hit for, the grandiose penis out there. You don't have to take a hit for nothing. Like, you don't deserve big women just because you belong to a race of fuck ups. No, that means nothing to the individual. Know your worth. And each and every single non-fat black man, with a job is worth more than her.
Right. The gentleman in the back chat, y'all give me a minute. I'm about to get to the end of the tape, and then I'll bring y'all up. But if I heard you right, Game Changer, I want to make sure I heard you right. You basically said every able-bodied black man with a heartbeat and a job is more valuable than her. That's what you basically said, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, agreed.
Let's look at Tristan Thompson.
When I say valuable to her, I mean valuable on the dating and mating market.
Okay, so keep in mind, you use the word able-bodied loosely. Like, you don't necessarily have to be entirely able-bodied in order to do that. Because, sometimes we have the mentally challenged bag groceries. That is a man with a job, and he is on our level. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Tristan has a third baby mama. Okay. And he was willingly sleeping with this woman unprotected, nutting in her. Okay.
Right.
He knew what the outcome could be.
Right.
But as soon as she got pregnant, he said, well, I'm not going to be present. So why are you even having the baby? So why are you having unprotected sex with a woman when you don't even plan on being present for a possible baby that could happen?
Okay, listen to
Let's
this.
Take future.
Hit me out. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Talk future.
Future.
Talk future.
10. He's like, what, 10?
10 of them.
10.
God.
NBA young boy.
What? 10 of them. All of them girls. So you have one.
And I said earlier in the show, he be using my arguments, but me and you just proved, Game Changer, that you can't prove that somebody got something from you, because it was something that I thought I came up with, but then you proved to me that you came up with it first because you had the receipts of when you first said it. So apparently I got inception with the idea. So I can't say he's using my argument, but what he about to say right now is worded exactly how I worded. Like my inner Tommy Sotomayor came out when I heard this, but I had to put it back in because you don't know where somebody got something from. But anyway.
One sexually irresponsible man, but you have 7 sexually irresponsible women. Or in Future's case, you said 9 sexually irresponsible women. Because why would you
blaming the woman?
Listen to this. If you're a woman, why are you laying down with the man that you know that does not take care of his children?
Uh-oh.
You're going after status symbols.
They did an edit right there. Hold on. Before we respond to that, let's look at how she looked up confused and thinking, and then they did an edit. I don't know what happened on the edit, but watch how the camera cut. Hold on.
Okay.
Why would you
blaming the woman?
Listen to this. If you're a woman, why are you laying down with the man that you know that does not take care of his children? You're going after status symbols. You're going after men that you find that are successful.
All right.
Okay, now whose show is this? Is this his show or her show?
Oh no, that's his show. That's his show.
Huh. I wonder what he edited out. Like, I think that she needed a snack. I think that at that point that she was so stressed and bewildered that she needed a snack, and she went in the refrigerator, got some mayonnaise, mixed it with Jello pudding, and ate it with her hand. I think that is what happened, and then they picked up where they left off.
Oh man. But no, that was definitely true, and that's been one of my arguments from the start, that I've always said that if there's ever a situation where a man has multiple kids, multiple women, all right, you can give the first baby mama a pass. Even if you're extremely generous, you could give maybe the second one a pass. But you can't give baby mama number 3, 4, 5, and 6 a pass if you see he already got kids. I mean, you really can't give him baby mama number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't get none of them a pass if he already has current kids that he's currently not taking care of, and you're giving raw sexual access to a man who's currently not taking care of those kids. If it's 6 baby mamas in the equation, it's like you said, well, like I say all the time, it's 1 irresponsible man in that equation and 5 irresponsible women, which means that you can't sit there and become baby mama number 5 and then talk about there being a lack of fathers in the home when you gave raw sexual access to a man that can't be in 5 places at one time, and or doesn't have, I mean, in the case of Future, he got the money, but and or just don't got the money to take care of 5 different kids in 5 different households. So you're basically literally contributing to that exact problem that you're complaining about. Like that to me, that is just the biggest, like, damn, like it blows me away.
Well, I mean,
Blows me.
they understand that, that this is the right of such guys. Like, they understand the whole Martin Luther King syndrome. Like what I said, women
Well, hold on, wait,
understand that
wait.
too.
Hold on. But we're not talking about the high top of the totem pole guy. Like
Well,
it's
I thought that these were top of their whatever their
well,
field is, guys.
okay, true enough that yes, then because they use Future as a reference. I tried to put it to just regular people. Like it's broke dudes without a job out in the hood putting up King Robert Baratheon numbers when it comes to creating bastard babies. I mean, it's like you. It's so I like to look at them. Future. Okay, he's Future. All right, yeah, he's reckless. He going in raw on a lot of women. Okay, if you want to lose half of his, whatever his $50 million net worth to child support, oh well, that's his dumb decision. He could pay for it and still be rich. So I mean, it's regular cats out there like that really speaks to the thought process of women when some dude with half of a job can amass 5 baby mamas and ain't taking care of none of the kids. That's staggering.
No,
But
it makes sense. It makes sense. First of all, thought process. Get it? Yeah. Get it? The double meaning, the thought process. Okay. So
you out nerded me. I'm sorry. I'm yeah.
No, thought, THOT process, and then there's
Oh,
THOT.
thought
Yeah,
process. Okay, thought process.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It works both ways. Yeah, exactly. So, there's the thought process. There's a thought process, but then I think that there's a guilt factor. See, she understands what her vagina is worth. Even though she's trying to bat outside of her league, she understands that her vagina is worth being the 5th baby mama of, a guy with half of a job. She understands that. Her vagina knows her place, and that is why this happens. They understand that it is ingrained in their soul. They reach for the stars, but they know that they're mere mortals, and they know that they should be living in the dirt. They should be living underground, with matches. Like she understands that that's actually her vaginal worth, and she is acting on it. And all those women who do that, they understand that. They understand that that's their vaginal worth. They refuse to improve and increase their vaginal worth. So, they have the baby stare, but they're still trying to shoot outside their field. It's like the people that play the lottery. You know what your salary is, but you still yearn for, greatness.
Right on, right on. The Haitian in the building says, great content and shout out to Game Changer. And I doubt she checked off the I'm not fat box. Well, when she was saying all the boxes that women have to check, and then no, she said they check all the boxes, and she started reeling off a series of things. She left off being in shape as one of the boxes that women check off. She just skated right past that. She said a bunch of stuff that men don't care about. It was we're smart, we provide, we're good wives, we're good mothers, we come from good homes, and it was something else that was inaccurate too. I forgot, but yeah, that those are the boxes that she said. She said we have to settle while checking off all the boxes. Like, yeah, you getting Game Changer. You gotta pull up the original clip and do your own. You got to take a reaction on this from beginning to end, because like, yeah, it was so much.
Okay.
It was so much. Yeah.
I'll probably throw it in. I'm going live today at 11 PST, so I'll probably throw that in, or 11:30.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, shout out to the Haitian. I see down there. All right, we about to get to the end of this tape. I'm gonna try to stop it as less as possible. It's gonna be tough. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know, Little Big Nate's channel got shot down.
Yeah, I heard.
YouTube came and got him, but he got his new channel up and running. How many subs you at, Little Big Nate? Let me know. I know we hit 100. I know we got you 100 in there. I'm trying to get you 200 before the end of this stream. It's 500 people in here, so we had no problem getting him at least 200.
Now I got mine back, Nate. So
yeah, fight for it.
Yeah,
but YouTube hate his first channel so much to where it was like a 0% chance he'd ever get monetized or even probably back in the algorithm. So I understand if he, if he can get it back. But I understand him wanting to grow a different channel and try to keep that one clean, and then let the other one be his messy channel. Put it like that. But he need to establish a clean channel. But anyway, let's get back into it. But shout out to Lil Big Nate. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to him. He said they had 117. We can get it up to 200 before the end of this stream. We can get that up to 200 before the end of the stream. Go sub to Lil Big Nate, people. All right, let's go.
That already have the clout, you know that they're not going to stick to you. You already said that. And then when you get left in the dust, you cry on social media like this, like you didn't know it was going to happen. You knew what you came for.
Y'all know how men are.
Uh-oh.
Men can go into a relationship. They might have a bad history. They might have a bad rap. But when you go into the relationship, they might be telling you sweet nothings. Okay? Next thing you know, you think you're different.
Uh-oh.
Okay? So you think you're different and you feel like the story might play out differently for you. So how are you going to blame the woman when it's the man that has the children? This woman is coming in.
Okay, let's
no
pause right
kid.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. I get it that some guys have game. That's the thing that they have. Now they don't because they're extremely rich, but let's just go off the fact that these guys have game. And they say that you are different than my first 9 baby mamas.
Right.
It really means that you don't give a shit about those first 9 kids. That's what it says about you. It says that, okay, as long as I'm different and as long as he don't treat me and my kids this way, I don't care how much of a jerk that he is to the previous 10 kids, is essentially what you're saying.
I'm sitting here. What I'm shaking my head about on that one is that when we talk about dudes, I know you talk about, it was predicated. We're talking about rich dudes. I'm talking about the regular dudes who out there barely got a job, but putting up, when it comes to making bastard babies, they putting up King Robert Baratheon numbers. So the high out of wedlock birth rate in the Black community, she's literally just going to chalk that up to dudes telling her sweet nothings in her ear.
No,
like that's what I'm gathering from that. That was her argument.
Well, when it comes to the poor dudes, I'm gonna tell you something. They actually these women want to be baby mamas.
Bingo.
And that's the secret. That's the secret that they don't want to let out. Why? Because they want to present their vagina later in life to a well-to-do guy. Or a reasonably well-to-do guy. That's what they are hoping for. And that is the lie that they tell, that, basically they're writing their own drama. They're writing their own drama to the future stepfather of this bastard. Now, fewer and fewer of these guys are believing these dramas. So, that's why they're having these talks.
Right on. Let's see where we at. All right, we rolling.
It's no history. The man has all the history, and you're telling me you want to blame the woman?
I blame the woman because she's dealing with a man she knows number one, because she's dealing with a man that she knows is inconsistent. Number two, because she has birth control. She has plan Bs. She has.
And men can't.
Hold on. No, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Men can't just be responsible.
I got you. She has birth control. Plan Bs. She has condoms. Worst case scenario, she has reproductive rights. When a man sleeps with a woman and that child or that what it is, I ain't trying to for the algorithm. When it goes inside of her, that's up to her. He is 100% responsible. The government will even hold him responsible. A woman can put a child up for adoption and have no connection to that child whatsoever. Men have less reproductive rights than women. Now, we can talk about condoms, but if we just keeping it a buck, these women decided to lay down with men that they knew were inconsistent, and that's their problem, and that's the problem at large. A lot of women are deciding to sleep with men that they know are inconsistent, and they don't care.
So you said that women have condoms. So why is it whenever a man tries to go in raw, you tell him no, you're like, where's the condom at? Oh, I don't have condoms. But if the woman was to pull a condom out, would you not feel like, why she have condoms?
No.
Wait. Time out. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. You got it.
I've actually heard a woman say that it looks bad on her if she has condoms, because then the dude is going to look at her like, oh, you must be a hoe or something because you just got condoms on deck. Like, I've never in my life thought that for 1 second.
Well,
Whenever like okay, when I back when I was out there with my collar popped, swiping right on the dating apps and whatnot, so if I meet up with a chick, if it's going there, we end up at her place or whatever. I know I got a condom or two or three in my back pocket. But if I see her just reach to her little spot where she keep her condoms and vibrators or whatever the hell, she just reach and grab a condom. I'm like, good. This is a chick who practices safe sex. I feel a little more comfortable when she give me that a raw blowjob. But no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, but not really. But anyway,
I'll be honest. Very few women with me have pulled out a condom first.
I know.
Very few. In fact,
I-
you know something, Bernard? The only time they do it is when I don't want to fuck them. That is the only time that has ever happened to me. Hear me out, fellas. Y'all ever been with a chick you didn't want to fuck? My go-to excuse is that I don't have any condoms. That is my go-to excuse to get out of fucking a broad that I would much rather not, and they always have their own. Now, the last thing that goes through my mind is 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 that she's nasty, Because if anything, she's nastier for letting you hit it raw. She's nastier
yes,
for
yes.
putting it in you. So that's ridiculous. And then notice how she says, he's about to put it in raw. Like so according to her, the scenario of how children are born is as follows. He just takes his penis out and he starts pointing it to my vagina, and then I don't pull out a condom, nor do I say you need to put a condom on first. I don't do that. I'm too embarrassed to let him know that I have a condom, so I just let him stick it in raw and finish raw. Like that's how babies are born. That's how black babies are born in this world.
Yeah, that blows me away. And again, I only heard one woman, man, maybe two, say that in real life, that she feels like she's going to be viewed a certain way if she has condoms. So I just think that's her built-in excuse to not be prepared with condoms. And because this was predicated on raw sex taking place, that's the conversation that was being had.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like she's blaming men for the raw sex that takes place because she can't show up with a condom. But if she's, there without a condom, or she doesn't have condoms at her house, and then the guy shows up and sees that, she looks like less of a hoe if she doesn't have condoms. But I think Judge said in the chat room something like you're going to view her not as bad knowing that, okay, she has raw sex. Like, how are you worried about being viewed a certain way, but the way that you're causing yourself to be viewed as worst? I'd rather view you as a hoe who has safe sex than a hoe who doesn't. Like, like what the hell?
And she didn't call out the scenario where she asked him to put a condom on. Like she just said, oh well, I can't pull out my own condom, therefore, it's yeah, I should just ask him to if he has a condom. Like, what about that scenario? Like, the whole no glove, no love thing don't apply to fat bitches. Get out of here. These chicks are doing anything to shame. I mean, keep in mind, if you're a man and you're sleeping with her, condom or not, you already have shame. Your opinion in life don't count. Your worldviews and things like that are no longer important because you're boinking her. Like, people are not going to ask you for stock advice, even if you are rich from the stock market. They look at you and say, oh yeah, well, that's who you fuck, so everything you say and do from now on is incorrect. So don't give me that. You have already shamed. If you was a samurai, you would commit seppuku. You would kamikaze yourself. You have dishonored yourself and your family. You are a Klingon that turns into a human because you fucked up in life so much.
Shout out to Pablo Frescobar. He says, how are you going to be viewed with a baby? Yeah. All right. Let's try to get through. Let's start to get through. But that was a must stop moment. That had to get stopped right there.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, she being responsible at least. Because what are we doing?
Right. Absolutely.
If I'm not willing to have a child, and I understand me as a man, me being a responsible man, this is what you should be looking for. If you're looking for a man that's going to question you on that, you shouldn't even be in that situation no way.
But why are you trying to go in raw in the first place?
But why are you dealing with a man that you don't know in the first place?
How do you think I don't know him? Just because, what? How?
When you lay down with a man and you ain't even talked about sex before you having sex, what are you doing having sex?
Why do you have to talk about sex before you have sex? Why can't it just be spontaneous?
Because if you can't have a conversation about something that you're uncomfortable.
Because it's called consent. What do you mean? What do you talk about it before having it? It's consent.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. And she said a number of things that sort of reveal that she prefers the more indirect method. She said a lot of things.
Well, she prefers that he pull it out raw and put it in raw.
Yeah, but she's also saying that she likes for it to feel like it just so happened to happen.
No,
it can't be.
No, not with fat women. Not with fat women. It don't just happen with fat women, because there's all kind of like straps and what do you call those? Harnesses. It's all kind of straps and harnesses that you need in order to make sex happen. In order to get the penis past the fat and into the vagina. So no, it doesn't just happen. You can't just, get in the mood and then stick it into a bigot. No. How do you get past the thighs? How do you get your penis past the thighs? There's all kind of angling and stuff going on.
Well, to quote you, you said you think that they just be having sex with the thigh meat.
Yeah, but you can't get pregnant like that though. So that's my point. In order to have, that's the thing, and that's another thing. Right. Fat women, they be rubbing it off their thighs and putting it in themselves. See, they're not having regular sex.
All right, man. All right, I gotta play it.
Okay.
Comfortable with, why are you doing it?
Who's saying that you're uncomfortable?
If you're doing something that could dictate the entire direction of your life, and you think that you should be as irresponsible as to not even have a conversation as to whether you should use protection before you do it as a woman.
So you're telling me you never had sex unprotected?
I'm telling you, I got a wife, so I do it how I'll shoot the club up, baby. But that's none. That's
she's low key admitting that she have random, spontaneous, raw sex.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me you never had? Like, come on.
She never had. No, she can't have. I'm telling you,
okay,
it's not
right.
sex when it's fat women.
Okay, it's something else, but whatever it is that she's having it. But all right, we just a different name. Okay.
That's me. We hit on some good points when it comes to the whole dynamic. But the truth of the matter is, and I think we agree now, you can jump around the loop and jump around the holes and circles. You agree with me that men have fewer options?
No.
You don't think that men have fewer options than women?
No. We never agreed.
You agree with me that men who have a lot of options.
She's just going to stand in it with that one, even though she already proved that she understood that 30% of men, under the age of 30 admitted to having no sex in the last year, and she don't understand that she's below average at best, but she can call up sex whenever she wants. But you still don't think that they have more options or more sex or more opportunities than men. I think that's just
that's another tactic. I mean, she wants us to feel guilty. She wants black men to feel guilty about our privilege. We need to check our privilege. You have the privilege to fuck 100% of the people that you come in contact with. So how dare you say we check our privilege? But see, she wants us to feel guilty, so guilty that we put our penis between her thighs. That's what she wants. And she also wants, and listen at this good. She wants that 30%. She wants that 30% to feel like every man is privileged but him. So his self-esteem is so shot. I'm telling you, you have to have like your ego bruised completely in order to do that. Your ego has to look like it lost a Tyson fight in order for you to sleep with her. And that's what she's doing. It's all games. It's all tactics and techniques. It's all like things that they do to get regular men to put their penis in them. They do this in lieu of working out.
All right. We almost at the end. I brought other people up on the panel. Y'all stand. Oh shit! I got Cash Apps galore coming in here. Shout out to my man KD in the building with the customary. I don't want to say custom. Sometimes he's saying 50, sometimes he's saying 40, but he definitely sends a Cash App regularly, but almost every damn stream he hit me with a Cash App. So shout out to KD with the $40 Cash App, and shout out to Mr. C in the building with the $30 Cash App. Definitely appreciate you brothers who come through on the Cash App. All right, let's roll this thing. Let's try to get to the. I know I'm gonna have to stop it, but I really just want to play it out and get it over with.
Options don't commit to women, generally speaking.
Yes.
Okay, so when you see the situations with Future and all the people you brought up, they're dealing with men that have a lot of options, but they decide to be sexually irresponsible. So when you're dealing with a group of women that worship the men that are part of the problem in a culture, hood dudes,
there is
thugs,
there's black
entertainers.
worship. That's very true.
Yeah, no, and it largely goes for thugs and entertainers. Yeah. Nobody wasn't checking for Will Smith before he was Will Smith. Nobody was checking for Jordan Peele before he was Jordan Peele. Okay. These dudes are lames. These dudes are weirdos until they get successful, right? But a guy like Future can have 8 baby mothers and still get 7 women pregnant, or 10 baby mothers, like you said. And after the first one, 9 women will still lay down with him knowing that he is not sexually responsible. That means that there are 9 sexually irresponsible women, 1 sexually irresponsible man. That is the problem. And everybody will point out the man and saying that he is a part of that problem, which he is, but that's only 1 man and 9 women. So why are we not talking about the 9 women that are also a part of that problem?
He's a repeat offender, okay? He's a repetitive offender. So therefore, I feel like he is more irresponsible than these 9 women that you are claiming to be irresponsible. My point is to answer this question.
But it's 9 of them. All right.
I feel like men are the more responsible party for failed relationships in 2021 due to the fact that they're never satisfied. They have too many options. I feel like
hold the thing, you know. Yeah, you're right. We're not satisfied. Like, how can what she say be true about we have the ability to go out and boink anybody, you know, yet we're never satisfied? Like, how busy would Chloe Bailey be if we had the abilities that she's talking about? You know,
right?
It's amazing. Like, I mean, of course, that 30% is never satisfied, and yeah, no matter how much I get, I want more.
And I tend to believe the guys that she says she has a 100% success rate, that if she hit them up, they would come running for sex. Those guys that have to have sex with her, I tend to believe they're not satisfied either. So if she's personalizing it, I have to agree with her then in that situation.
Listen, if you're sleeping with her, you're not satisfied in anything. You're not satisfied in life. You're not satisfied in your religion. You are under the impression that you have been worshiping the wrong God for so long that your life went in the direction that you're sleeping with her. And you were. You should have been messing with Zeus. You should have been messing with Jupiter. You should have been messing with Odin, because whoever you worship before, whoever you've been tithing to, whoever you've been praying to has rewarded you with this. This isn't a blessing. This isn't a blessing. This is what you wake up to something like this and you know that your God or gods don't love you.
Latchzilla in the building. He says women logic equals 1 woman after another hops the fence at the zoo into the lion's den, and it's the lion's fault that the women got mauled. Fair analogy. Yeah, that in that scenario, the guy who has 10 baby mamas and he's not taking care of them, yeah, he has proven that he is what he is, and they just keep hopping the fence. Yeah, absolutely. That lion is proven to be a lion. You just keep hopping the fence. Yeah. All right, let's roll it. Let's roll some more of this not so beautiful bean footage. You're almost at the end of it.
And do the absolute bare minimum, if that, at this point. So I feel like women, they continue to try, but it's like men just don't step up.
A game changer. I know that triggered you when a woman with a enlarged what is it, a poopa, like fat upper pussy area? Yeah, poopa, a poopa, poop. What is it?
I don't know.
Fupa. Yeah, that's right, a fupa. That stands for fat upper pussy area. A woman with a fupa and just overall well-rounded like this is saying that women try and we try and do everything.
Well, no,
you haven't tried to do something really important. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this is what she means by trying. Okay, so take a look at her jeans. Like, her jeans double as a girdle. Like, so if you know, like, regular jeans don't go up like way above the belly button to the 3rd rib in the cage. It don't. So what she's doing is she got the jeans that go up so much. These are jeans designed specifically for fat women, that they double as a girdle. And then she has one of those machines, one of those like automated machines to zip it up in order to actually tuck in more of the fat. So it's trickery. So that's what she means by trying. That's what she means by trying. By the effort that she takes to zip up her pants is trying. Because it's not like they don't. I've seen the machine. It's not a it's not like a regular like stick or tool or something. You know that robot Ed 209 that fought RoboCop?
Yeah.
It's something like that. It's something like that with a thing at the tip to zip it up. And I'm telling you, they be putting in work, but they don't work out.
Yeah. All right. Almost at the end of this thing. Almost at the end of the thing. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Technological Chaos came back through here with another one. Shout out to you. He says, I can see a bootleg Lion King movie where you take melted chocolate chips, rub on her. Oh, come on, man. Rub on her forehead, get forklift, get a Mufasa forklift at the edge of the cliff singing the circle of life to all the men. But oh, now I get it. I get the visual. It took a while. That was pretty elaborate, but I got the visual, and it's funny. It took a minute for me. I didn't know where you was going. But you landed the plane. You landed the plane. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Don't call this super chat stupid. It was creative. All right.
To the plate anymore. They don't provide. They're not what they're cut out to be. So unfortunately, it's women who are holding these relationships together until they can't hold them together anymore.
I think the problem is a lot of women think providing is abundance nowadays.
No.
Providing, because for me to provide, if I'm living in the middle of America, let's not take Dallas in situation because we are in Dallas, but let's go middle of America. You can live comfortably over 50K, but a lot of women largely are unaccepting of that. A lot of women want more. Right, so you're talking about men are not satisfied with their situations, but it's obviously the women because the women are the ones dropping out at 70%. These are the women are the ones filing for divorce.
50K is not enough.
See, there we go. 50K is not enough, right? But it is enough. That's if you want a man that can protect and provide. If you want a man that can provide you abundance, that's when you start going into that group of men.
Why does that have to be abundance? I want a house. I want cars. Like, how is that abundance?
Because a man, if you know,
okay, you can get a house in Dallas for 50K. Like, Dallas is where people in Cali go when they have 50K and want to buy a house. So she's full of crap.
See, now I don't know nothing about Dallas. Like I live in a small town, and 50K out here easily gets the job done. Like you can it's people who be talking about how you can't get a 2-bedroom a 2-bedroom apartment is $2,000 somewhere. Man, over here that a 2-bedroom apartment is comfortably easily less than 1,000. A 2-bedroom house, renting a 2-bedroom house is comfortably less than 1,000. And because the property value is so low in a lot of small towns, the mortgage on that same 2-bedroom house is even less than that $850 rent. So like, no, it's crazy how in some places in America, it's almost like two different countries with just two completely different economics. Because yes, in LA or San Francisco, yeah, that $50,000 that ain't nothing. That's what I've been told. But in places where you could get 2 or 3 bedrooms for less than 1,000, then you add on all the other necessities. That's coming up to, it might come up to about 2,000, maybe 2,500. That 50K a year after taxes, you still making like 3,500 a month. So you can have like an extra $1,000 left over off that 50K a month. So if you manage it and budget it right, it can work off 50K. It literally can. I mean, I was married. I made 50K, and it was like a 3-year period when I was making. It was when I was younger. I make more now, but either way it go. I was married. I was making, around 50K, a little bit over. Some years probably a little bit less, but right in that range, right in that average middle America income range for a man. That's about what I was making, and was able to pay 100% of the bills and 1 car note, and we was able to have just a little bit of money left over. Now, when she went to work, okay, then we made more money. Okay, right. We made more money together. And we was able to do more stuff. We were able to have better Christmases and maybe, you know, go somewhere nice, you know, like a little mini vacation or something, you know. But you know, so yeah, you sacrifice vacations and nice handbags for the lady, you know. You know, you know, if it's just one person working making 50K. But really, I mean, how much how much, like, if she worked, you know, a little piece of a job and made, you know, 20K, okay, that's 70K. You're doing better than what it was, like 80% of Americans, if once you had 70, 75K. So it gets ridiculous, but I think some people just don't understand the big city that they live in. It's just it's a difference. So you got to take the average of the city. So that's why these 50K 40K conversations get a little ridiculous, because it literally depends on where you live. So I hesitate to just beat a woman in the head. You need to accept a guy with 50K. Well, you got to know where she live and all of that and blah 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 blah. You know, accept that what the average is. But seeing as I think we all can generally agree that she's probably ranking in below average. Yeah, she's talking about that 50K. That ain't enough for what I want and what I did. So, okay, whatever.
Exactly. And once again, she doesn't deserve it. She's trying to stray the conversation away from what she deserves. Now I'm looking at Dallas right now, right? I see 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 109 K. I also see a 93K condo. Let's see. I see 120K and I'm looking at the 2 bedrooms in greater. 120K. Let's see. Scroll down some 115K right here. So, and now keep in mind, if they do what you did, let's just say, you know, they live off of your 50K and then they make their own 20K, then the whole thing is paid completely off in 5 years. If they just take that 20 and put it towards the house, the whole thing is paid off in 5, 6 years. So
Right.
yeah, it's crap. It's this whole logic is crap. This is why immigrants. Oh, here's a lot for 55, but that's nothing. But yeah, the whole thing is.
You're negating a big thing there. I'm sorry, I had to jump in here real quick.
It's
not. Those aren't in the neighborhoods that they also want to live in to feel like they're being somebody.
Yeah, that part too. That part too, definitely. But the best barometer is just go to whatever city you're in. Just look up whatever apartment building, not the nicest one, but somewhere where they're renting out apartments. You know, you probably can. Yeah, I mean, you probably can call, you know, houses. It's just easier with apartments because they have their money on a web. I mean, they have their prices on a website where you can just look and see what a 2 bedroom apartment costs. I know in my city, you know, I was recently trying to help somebody, you know, some younger person. Yeah, the younger couple, they was trying to get an apartment. They didn't know what they was doing, so I kind of helped them out a little bit, and I could see the literal prices right there in my city. It was 2 bedroom apartment. One bedroom was like 700. 2 bedroom like 850. My sister rents a 3 bedroom house that she paid about 800. 850. Like, it's literally like that in some small towns and some small cities. So no, I mean, so what she talking about is yeah, it's nonsense. Hoop jargon in the building says, I think we all know what is ultimately the non-select trying to change the market because nobody she sees of worth is remotely checking for her. Absolutely 100%. All right, we about to roll the rest of this uncut, and we about to roll the rest of this. I did want to get through the whole thing, but we had to, we only got like 60 seconds left.
Finances, you know that a man can have a house with 50K. You know that. But see, women don't even have a concept.
Look at that. Not the house I want. Again, I'm going to ask the question I've been asking from the beginning. How much money does a 350-pound man has to make to speak with that kind of arrogance? Not the house I want. Like, I mean, come on.
The money, not the house you want.
Not the house.
Not the house you want. That's hypergamy. That's you wanting more. And
that's
then when
not
you
hypergamy.
but listen,
if I bring more than 50K,
hear me out. Let me go finish.
50K.
If you have hypergamy and you want a man that makes more than that, now you get into that group of men that are part of the 10% group. Those men have a lot of options, and we agreed that when men have a lot of options, they don't settle down. Women want these men.
No. He going the wrong way. He was right, kinda. But no, what he really should be saying is men who have those kind of options, they don't settle for her. That's what he should have said.
And that's what she's feeling. She's feeling that, you know, how come the top 10% of men don't get with the bottom 10% of stomachs? That's what she's really that's what she's really worried about.
All right. All right. Damn. All right. Damn it, Pablo, come back. I saw you down there, Pablo. Come back. All right, man. Well, hey, it's been a great show. This has definitely been a great show. We finally got through with it. Judge Zilla been waiting in the wing for a while, man. I appreciate your patience. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic. Pick it up at any part of this that you wanted to jump in on.
Yeah.
Do it. Go give us a long rant. Whatever you want. Get it all off your chest. Go ahead. You got it.
Well, there's so much surface area to cover here.
Ah!
I mean, but the deal is, this is the type of woman that's out there. She's delusional, right? This woman is going to call wicker furniture racist.
Why she calling wicker furniture racist?
Because it won't hold up for her. The reason that the chair broke was because it's racist, not because it's wicker and she weighs more than the round mound of rebound.
The reason why it broke because of black men.
Like you understand, like, she is literally twice the size of the gentleman that is interviewing her. Like, yes. if this was a boxing match and you put him versus him, the total weight of the fighters would still come in under her.
No boxing commission would ever approve that fight, just because the weight class difference. But
like, all right, for it to even look like an even fight just by weight stature. Like he would have to have, there would be him and his twin in one corner and her in the other corner. Like, she's literally covering more of the same chair.
She can't fit in a corner.
So when I say that she's gonna call wicker furniture racist is what I'm saying, and you guys ultimately touched on it literally like 5 minutes ago. What I was gonna bring here is to say that she believes she's trying to shame anybody whom she finds attractive enough for her to get with, financially, physically, and status-wise, whom she doesn't have access to because she's making that zipper work so hard, into being with her.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate thing. She has a plethora of options of people whom are willing to settle for that situation, but she doesn't want them. She wants in his prime Morris Chestnut with in his prime Morris Chestnut money, and in his prime Morris Chestnut. Why isn't he checking for her? She's doing everything in her power, as long as that means sitting on the couch and going through at least a quarter family sized bag of hot Cheetos a day and half gallon of ice cream. She's doing everything in her power to make herself the more she's trying to express to you how matronly she is by being that size, even though she's been grandmama size since she was 15 years old. Because that doesn't happen in 1 year. That doesn't happen in 5 years. That happens over decades.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This woman pretends that fitness centers do not exist. Exercise, like, again, she does everything. She'll put she's one of those women who put everything into anything else besides doing what men have told her and she knows find attractive, while at the same time denigrating any woman who actually does the things that men find attractive. And then wonders now when tick 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 tick. It's going to take me, even if I get the surgery, it's going to take me about a minimum of 15 months to look right. I don't know. Is there going to be enough time for me to have any kids? Can the end zone's in sight, right? She's in the red zone.
Yeah.
And she's trying, well, why can't I make And she's asking herself the obvious questions that she doesn't want to. When you say that she can't answer anything, that she's using all this indirect shit, she can't. She's psychologically incapable because she has mirrors. You know, she has mirrors in her house.
Mm-hmm.
She can't take the direct. She can't interpret the direct reflection that she sees in front of her. She's the same. She's that quintessential woman. Well, why can't he like? Why is he worried about my physical? Why can't he see the inner me? But what she's attracted to in men is their exterior. She's not looking about what's in their soul, what their aura is. She cares about the men that look like that are attractive to her eye, obviously, and attractive to her sense of finance and well-being. Period. Like when you guys were talking about the real estate game deal situation, right? There's 10, like 50K is fine outside of 10 cities in America. 50K is perfectly fine outside of basically 10 major cities in fucking sorry, pardon my language, in the country. But are they in the neighborhoods that she wants to be seen with?
Right.
You know,
Yep,
she's just
absolutely.
unqualified. She's just trying to justify unqualified hypergamy. Why don't the men that I like me, and I'm not going to turn down, and she's going to turn into, unless she finds herself a Lonnie Love Precious situation, she's going to turn into the men ain't shit. No men never stood up for me, and specifically black men. No men reached my threshold. No, they never qualified for me.
Well, you raise a lot of good points, but one thing that you raised that I do want to explore that thing that what you said about it's only about 10 cities where $50,000 isn't enough. I'm gonna try to narrow that down. I'm gonna look that up, do some research on that, because I'm getting tired of people. You know, it's not that big of a deal. I just think it's a conversation derailer when I think the majority of people that talk the most are people that live in the big cities where the cost of living is really high, where the jobs pay a lot more, or the rent is too damn high. Like that one guy that was running for, I forgot, I think he was running for Senate. He ran on his campaign slogan was "the rent is too damn high," which it is in New York. But it's like the people that live in those big cities where the rent is too damn high are the ones they're taking up too much. They're taking up too much room in the conversation. I think it's a lot of middle America people where the rent is not ridiculously high like that.
Not even middle of America.
I disagree. I disagree with the rent is too damn high thing. Now I've never lived in New York, but I will say this: why are you single if the rent is too high? Wouldn't that be more reason to couple up to pay the rent? Like how do you have like a bunch of homeless, non-homeless people who are choosing to be single? Her fat ass is choosing to be single. You know, she's living off of her own 50K. However, a man can't make 50K. Get the fuck out of here. She knows that is living wage because she's living on it. You know, all these chicks are living on it. So, you know, miss me with that whole, you know, I can't do this.
When you say middle America, again, you're taking that, like that notion of middle America is to extremes, right? Okay, it's not even middle America. It's just not metropolitan California, not metropolitan Chicago, not metropolitan New York, not metropolitan Georgia, not metropolitan Florida.
But they live in these places. But Judge, they live in these places by themselves. That I don't get that.
And then for the other aspect of it is again, every town has its rich part, its low parts, and its middle class parts.
Yeah.
Every town, every city has those parts.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no. Who we got? We got Rob J in the building. Hey, thank you for your patience. You've been waiting there for a minute. I do appreciate your long wait. But I'm passing the mic to you. You got the floor. You got the mic. Go ahead. What you got on this topic?
Nah, I hopped in probably I would say a half an hour ago. I was out and I came in at the point where she was talking about 100%. Like if she called up people would be 100% that I actually think she's lying. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
any other female, I would say yes, that is the case. But with her, I would say she's probably shooting maybe like 60%. Like 4 of them would be like, nah, I'm good. Never again in my life.
That's
That was a
still
one-time
better than that's still better than 95% of men though. If she's shooting
Exactly.
60%. Yeah.
I think she's telling the
Exactly.
truth.
Now,
Exactly.
brother, are you saying 60% of men in general, or 60% of the men that are already in her inbox? Because that's what she was saying.
Already in her
Well,
inbox. I'm saying 60% of them. I think 40% of them, it was a one-time thing, and she just doesn't know that yet.
Oh, good point. Good point.
I think she's telling the truth. Look, I'm thinking she's telling the truth. But if you put her up, but if you gave those men, right, I think 100% of those men that she calls would respond, right? Because they're in her, because they're already in her sphere. But if you gave them the choice with her and half of her, they're going
Yeah,
to
of course.
go for half of her versus
Of
before they're
course.
going to go for her.
No, absolutely. I mean, I definitely think they would, yeah, with her personally, 60% will respond. I think she was overshooting herself. It definitely wouldn't be 100%. I don't believe that. But
And
I mean,
and
I'm
she's
listening.
upset that it's the bottom 60%.
Right. And I think it's amazing how, how delusional they are. Do you think that that's like a defense mechanism? Because I notice with every woman, it seems like they're almost in denial about the volume of people that approach them in, different mediums, whether it's in person, whether it's the DMs, whether it's at work, I
Well,
think they're
because
seriously.
It's a facilitated delusion.
No, you got it, brother. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
No, I was just saying, I think that for one, they know the layout. Like what he said about the 30%, she's waiting for that 30% to, to make enough to buy her a Dallas house. So that's her game plan. She's waiting for that 30% to, out of sheer desperation, hook up with her and set her up. And that's what they do. She's waiting to that 30%, turns 45 and says, okay, fuck it, I'll take anything at this point in my life because I've been dry dick for the past 25 years of adulthood. That's what, or 27 years of adulthood. That's what she's hoping for. That's her game plan.
I think it's part of that, but I also think it's a facilitated delusion, right? It's the same thing as when you call the LGBT more than meets the eyes folks, when you reference, what is obviously not somebody born with the genitalia as the other reference, right? When you call misters who aren't misters, when you call Mrs. when you call them women who aren't women, like when you're facilitating that delusion. You're facilitating them. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. I'm passing. I'm doing, the same thing with these types of women in her physical strata, right? She doesn't qualify physically. We know that she doesn't qualify physically. But she's going to keep telling herself that she qualifies physically. And she's going to walk into Victoria's Secret and be upset with them and say that they're prejudiced because they don't have anything in her size. She's going to, she's not, when men are big like myself, we got to go to big and tall stores, XXL store, that type of deal. But they get to go to Lane Bryant, which doesn't automatically tell them that they're going in there a big shop. It's just another shop for women who are underserved.
But I mean, I feel like the, naive aspect of it is a defense mechanism, because if they say, I mean, think about it, whether it's in person or the DMs, they have to admit that they chose that person. They put them through a filtering system and they chose that wrong person that they're complaining to us about. Men aren't this, men aren't that. Well, you had all of these names in a bucket and you filtered it down and you chose the wrong person continuously. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's not talk about how many people are in my inbox, because then I have to talk to you about why I chose out of these people and made the wrong decision. You know what I mean? It's like having to take up
Well, I don't think she's qualifying it like her making the wrong. She's saying that they're not her objection, her discrepancy is that like she's willing to play and mess around with the pool that's in her inbox. She's her position her pain is that upper echelon of 10% is not choosing her. That's who she wants to choose her, and they're not because they have too many options. That's
Right.
they have too many options. That's why they're not choosing her, which is why she has to play with these other guys in her inbox whom are willing to play in her sandbox.
All right, Broda in the building with the super chat. He says major cities like New York City, NYC are singles towns. There are too many people here to be booed up. It's turning into a roommate haven. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard about New York.
So
Rob J, hold on real quick. Rob J, do you have a channel? Do you have a channel? I presume you do. Look like you got a setup over there.
Yeah, I see that Gail put a story to tell. I see it looks
Okay,
like
cool.
Gail put it in the
All
chat.
right, yeah. All right. I'm about to rotate the panel in and out. But yeah, y'all go check
All right,
out Rob J. Appreciate you coming on through. We got Pablo in the building. What up, Pablo? What you got on this? I'm about to bring you up in a second, Freeman's Journal. Stand by. I didn't even see you down there at first, but go ahead, Pablo. You got it.
What's up, Bernard?
What's going on?
And I was having a little back and forth with Indigenous TV in the chat.
Oh, come on. Let him live. Let him live.
I got to get you chubby chasers. And Bernard, I'm gonna let you off the hook. Your
Of course,
lady.
no. You gonna let no, you ain't I wasn't on the hook. I show my woman.
Yes. She's within normal parameters. Okay, I'm gonna remove you from the Mr. Fantastic Indigenous TV fuckery. But Indigenous TV is saying, yeah, I'll take her down. And I had to explain to him.
Gravity.
I had to explain to him that it's guys like him and Mr. Fantastic that are the reason those women are the way they are and say what they say. So when I posed to him a different question, not would he smash, but I said, well, now, would she meet your criteria for a wife? He was like, well, no, my wife's, I'm married and my wife's an former athlete and she's in good shape and this and that. But when I was in a drought, I'd knock down a chubby. Well, if you get several million, brothers willing to knock down the chubbies during their droughts, all of a sudden they have a lot of options that they think they have that they really don't. They have an option to get penis. They don't have an option for relationships. And so, Indigenous TV, you are a part of the problem. Sad but true. I've never been a chubby chaser, even in a drought. I'll smash a ugly chick and put the bag over their head type thing. Put your face in the pillow before I do the ugly chick thing. But I've never the fat chick thing. But to me, I don't know if it was Game Changer that said it first. Fat women are not women, but whoever said it, I was sold.
That was Game Changers. That was his original quote.
I've been sold ever since on that.
If you have a vagina and you're in your mid-20s and you have sleep apnea and high blood pressure, you have self-selected out of the mating pool for higher end, for middle to higher end suitors. You've just done that. You've done that.
Huh?
Big Mac, the picture in the building, says it is too high. I'm out. I don't know if he's referring to when he's talking about the rent is too damn high. But Somebody said I'm not reading super chats. I don't think I missed anybody's super chat. Thought I got all of them. Well, I think Friedman, you said I missed some super. Did I miss some super chats? Mr. Friedman's Journal. You're in the building. You on the air. You are on the mic. Friedman
Okay,
Journal.
sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, you didn't miss a super chat. It's that you're always squinting at the screen to read them.
Okay,
Get you a
that's green. Let me
secondary
take
screen
you.
so you can see the text.
No, well, yeah, I do got a secondary screen. It's a tablet. It wasn't charged. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Have a smaller screen on the desk with me. So when I click on it, it'll pop up on that screen as well. So yeah, that is one way to do it. I may change the whole setup in here, but we'll see.
Right
But
on.
anyway, what you got, man?
I got to get my Obsidian on real quick.
That's a huge bitch.
Oh, did you play the that's a huge bitch?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
man.
Look, it was so funny you did this because I watched this right before this in this morning, and when she said we check all the boxes, my brain had an internal service error. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Mirrors exist, reality exists. That's just it. She's so far off the mark. It's hard to dude, it's just hard to put it together. Like, she's living in an alternate reality.
Well,
You know?
brother,
That's why I said.
So you mentioned the mirrors, just like Jazilla did. You got to understand the thinking of a fat chick. They don't have mirrors in their house because it's too much like a gym. Like so what they have is they have filtered cameras and a bunch of screens, but they don't have mirrors. That's too gym-like for them.
No, man, it's just crazy, man. I don't get it. That's also put in comments, man. Big women need to be told they're big, period. And it's not even just an insult at this point. It's like, dude, you're killing the species. I mean, you're taking us back evolutionary wise. I mean, god dang. Just ease up.
They literally think that, like Fat Bastard in the Austin Power. I'm fat, but I'm dead sexy. That's what they're looking at when they see themselves. They literally think if they go and they purchase the same dress in form factor, at least the same dress or the same lingerie that they see an actual model, not these special extra models. Now, a regular, what we would consider a model, is wearing. They think if they purchase the same thing and they pose in the same manner, that they look better. Not even as good, they look better. That is how far the delusion goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. The society has just gone too far to allow this, right? It just has, man. It's like I said, it's the species is just dying. You're killing it. You know, we're evolving
while at the
backwards
same
with this
time,
shit.
just like she's dressed, knowing full well, right? So she exists, she thinks she looks better, at the same time, knowing that she has to cover it up because it's not true. But they still walk around with that circle going on in their head all day, every day, for decades.
Yeah, it's insane. I just don't get it. I mean, I gotta say, this is the worst, not worst, but most delusional example I've seen. I mean, this girl has probably never ever been challenged in life, and and we know black women are on social media like that, but no one has ever said, "Hey, slow that down." You know, her homegirls are telling her she's got a cute face. You know, probably recommending her to other dudes. You know, with that just the face shot. It's crazy.
But here's the thing. That hair on her head, she probably dropped anywhere from 400 to 600 on that hair. Like she'll work and make her money and buy weave to up her standing with men, and it never occurred to her that she probably can save that money and be in the gym and up her standing a lot better if she lose some weight. They'll rather
Bernard, why would she? She's told you. She just told you. She told everybody who ever watched. she's not only getting penis, but she's getting penis raw whenever.
Yeah.
However, whenever, because why are you gonna talk about it?
Yeah.
Just slide it on in. Spontaneity.
Right.
Like,
She
she
copped to
told you,
getting it raw
like
because she doesn't
she's
want to be seen as a bad girl or whatever.
yeah.
She doesn't want to pull out a condom. Ugh.
Yeah. She's telling you that she gets it regularly. She gets it regularly raw. So again, she's able to use that, and they use that to justify their perceived sexual market value. If she can get it, and she can get it raw, and they're willing to shoot the club up and risk being stuck with her for the next 20 years, then she must be doing all right, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they confuse sex with actual acceptability. You know that. You know, she's gonna be 40 alone, and it's all men's fault. Like, no, you were told. You were told.
Absolutely. But all right, we almost an hour and a half in. I was only going to go 3 hours, but I opened up the panel so late. But I did want to give some brothers some opportunities to speak on this one. But we about to make our way out of here. But when you leave, don't just leave. Go and check out. Well, one, make sure you subscribe to Lil Big Nate. But also, I dropped a pre-record. This is something I normally don't do. Dropped a pre-recorded video early this morning before I went live. So click as you leave, go click on that one. Check out the pre-recorded video. Me and lead attorney was on there. We was talking about how much money we make on YouTube. That was it. It kind of just happened. I randomly asked him, what has surprised you most about doing this YouTube thing? And he was like, hey, the money. So we ended up just talking about, how I'm talking about the money we make on YouTube. It was a good conversation. Go and check it out. We talked about a number of things, but yeah, we was talking about money out here in these YouTube streets. It's an interesting conversation because lead attorney killing it. He won't admit it, but he making that Kevin Samuels money. So yeah, go and check that one out. The link is in the chat room for that one. Y'all can go and check that one out instead of just logging off to this. Y'all can go right over there and check that one out. And Game Changer, I think, is going live. I don't know. I don't understand California time, but I don't know when he's going live. But swing by Game Changer's spot. What time you going, GC?
I'm going live in 30 minutes.
Okay, GC will be live in 30 minutes. My video is 30 minutes. You can watch my 30-minute video and go and then go and watch GC. So yeah. So without further ado, okay, that's not the wrong thing. Without further ado, that's what you said at the beginning when I'm about to play a video. Anyway, I'm messing up. I don't know how to close the show. But anyway, we about to get up out of here, y'all.
Can I give a closing thought right quick?
Oh yes, absolutely. Help me out because I'm fumbling on the way out.
Yeah, no worries. I think it's very important. I want to get this out before you close down. This is very important to all the people watching. Do not watch the Matrix reboot. It is the worst movie that I've seen this year, possibly this decade. Next to Coming to America reboot. It's the shittiest movie ever. I would rather watch The Woman who we just seen take a shit than to watch that shit again. Like, this was the worst movie ever. It simply was horrible.
Facts.
Coming to America too was bad.
This is up there. It's not that bad. But
I'll just say this because I did a spoiler review on that where I played some actual clips from the movie. I saw a Game Changer. I'm pretty, aside from the movie being bad, there was aspects of the movies that I enjoyed because I'm a Matrix fan. So if they just do anything Matrix, I'm gonna get some enjoyment out of it. So I enjoyed a lot about the movie. When I did my review on it, I showed an article where they talked about it. And damn, I was trying to get out of here, Game Changer. Now you wrote me back in. It was it was an article where the people that made the movie, the writers and everything, they said they want to take the red pill back from the right. So they basically said they don't like that the red pill has been hijacked by conservatives or by extension the whole manosphere in general. Basically, they didn't say the manosphere, but it's hard to get out of it. I mean, the manosphere talk about red pill more than anybody. But anyway, in the movie, it was a number of things that happened. Trinity was talking about her programming. She said, because Trinity in this new spoiler alert, but in this new Matrix that they rebooted the Matrix, not the movie, but within the movie they rebooted the actual Matrix within the movie. it's kind of confusing. But Trinity basically said, I don't know if she said, I remember wanting a family, but I don't know if society programmed me to want a family or if I actually really wanted one. Reed, she doesn't, doesn't know if she wants that family because the Matrix programmed her to want the family. Okay. And that's when she was blue pill, going along with the flow, the normal blue pill flow, and doing what was expected. Now, when she became red pill and saw reality, she broke away from that. The family was trying to get her, like Neo was trying to get her to come and see reality, but then her husband and kids came and said, no, come with us, we need you to go with us. And that was her blue pill programming, basically said, I have to go and be in this family, be with my family. But then when she went red pill and saw reality and broke away from the family and beat up her husband, and then she became red pill, and then she got all those powers and abilities, and now she's kicking ass, and she's the one now that she's, dropped the family. Now, when they talk about taking the red pill back from the right, now also take all that and average into the equation. The architect, the one who built the matrix, he, after she broke away from her family and went red pill, he said, that was my fault. I pushed too hard, because her husband was grabbing her. Her name was Tiffany, saying, Tiffany, come on, let's go. But then she like broke away and yanked away from him. And then the architect, the one who was controlling everything, said, women used to be so easy to control. Damn it. Basically. And so that was like, so the blue pill is going with traditional, normal, heterosexual norms. That's when you're being blue pill and accepting the programming of society or of the matrix. But you're red pill when you break away from that. And then after they broke away from it, they went and talked to the oracle. I mean, not the oracle, the new architect. And he said, okay, you guys won. You can do whatever you want to do now, because you're the one. You control.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
And he was like, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. Paint the sky with rainbows. And then Trinity was like, I like that paint the sky with rainbows idea. And then Neo was like, yeah, show them what a really free mind can do. That's when I was like, so now they're trying to
not to spoil too much, but it
I
takes place in San Francisco.
I said spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
It takes place in San Francisco, and I'll just leave it at that.
So wait, Bernard, you're saying not only did they steal the red pill, or they're trying to steal the red pill, but they're also trying to steal fuck them kids?
All of that.
I'm gonna sign out. Thanks for having me up here, man. My sign out on this one is wicker chairs matter.
Yeah, that was, and I played all the clips that show everything that I was talking about, how that was literally what the movie was portraying. The woman, when she broke away from her programming, she became single and free and was powerful. And the blue pilled people are the people that, the truly free mind is those who would paint rainbows in the sky. Code word for we know what we're talking about right there. So yeah, it was so much in there to where it was a woke mess. It was so take all the wokeness out. I was just able to just enjoy the movie.
No, it still sucked. It still sucked. Like why did Smith come back? Like that made no sense. It was just a bunch of stuff that happened that didn't make no sense. Like why did they turn it into, why did the most selfless man in the world ever, the one who in the previous movie sacrificed his life for humanity, was just like, fuck everybody, I gotta save Trinity now. Like it nothing made sense about the movie. Even if you take away the wokeness, it still sucked. Do not watch this movie. We have to make a point. We have to make a point to society that, you will lose money if you put shit out there, or else they'll keep doing it. They'll just keep taking stuff that we used to like and then, making a shitty remake of it, unless we say, something, we're not going to watch stuff because of name recognition. We will, we will not watch it just for making such a shitty thing. If you try to pull some crap like that with Indiana Jones, we will not watch. So that's why I want to make a public service. Do not watch it. Do not give them money. Do not even give your bootleg man money for. Don't let him bootleg it and then sell it to you. Don't watch it.
Yeah, they got me with the namesake and my love for the movie, but you are right. We do need to do a hard, belligerent protest with this, just out of love for movies. Like, can we just make?
Exactly.
Can you just make a movie? Our message, our fist in the air message aside, can you just make a movie that's a good movie that you're not just trying to basically smuggle in your whole little all your little views. I mean, it was like I explained in my review how there was a way where they could have made a good movie out of that if Trinity, like, there's a such thing as, you know, Trinity in that situation having a legitimately tough choice to make where this was her family. She loved her family, but she came to understand that something is not right about the real world and she got ready to leave, but she saw her children crying at her leaving. So she sort of like, took the blue pill and tried to be, like that's a legitimate tough choice. Like they could have did something with that where she could have, you know, accepted, her family and her children, but then realized that they were fake later and was just heartbroken by that. And then that fueled her rage to go and fight the machine, because they took away something from her that was valuable that she loved. Like they made her love these kids and made these kids love her, then to find out that they was fake. But no, they just made it like it was just a middle finger in the air to the patriarchy. It was like, come on, man, y'all could have wrote this better. It was just like, damn.
That takes talent, Bernard, and plot development.
Yeah.
If I can come up with that as a non-filmmaker, then shit.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is just, why did they bring Neo back? Like, I mean, that's just a question that lingers through the whole movie. It was stupid.
It was the reason they brought Neo back. They came up with a very contrived reason, and I accepted it just to enjoy the movie. As more time go by, all the stuff that I just accepted so I can enjoy. It's like when Force Awakens came out, I really liked it, but then when time went by, you watch it again, it's like, okay, all right, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. There was supposed to be
this was like
another
a damn Happy Days reunion show. Like it was just like
right. But the way the Matrix played out, there's supposed to be another Neo, right? There's always some guy who messes up the program.
Every 100 years. Yep.
Yeah, and they already had people outside the Matrix. There should have been already a Neo in existence in the real world, not having to go back and get the old one. You know what I mean?
And that's true. That's why I said they can make Matrix movies forever. All they had to do is just write in. It was peace, give some backstory of what happened. In between the last movies and leading up to the new movie where the anomaly comes back and it's a whole new character, a whole new one, a whole new situation, a whole new war between the men in the machine. It's almost like they got a built-in reboot that's built into the plot. It's like, so they really didn't have to bring Neo back. They didn't have to depend on nostalgia and just keep going to playing the old clips of the old movie the whole time. And somebody else pointed out, and I couldn't figure out this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm getting the hell out of here. Why wasn't, how the Matrix, the other three movies, it's shot in a way where it's like it's kind of tinted in green a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, no, but this Matrix didn't feel like a Matrix movie because it was just shot in regular color. The Matrix movie, when they're inside the Matrix, it's like a slight green tint. So when they played all the clips of the previous Matrix movies, depending on nostalgia, you can see how how it had a different look and different feel, and this one didn't look or feel like the Matrix. That's the last thing I say. So they messed up on so many levels. BGS has a real good theory that Warner Brothers was forcing them to make the movie. It actually said this in the movie.
Yeah.
That Warner Brothers was forcing them to make a movie and they was going to do it with or without you. So they just said, okay, screw it. We're just going to throw a piece of shit together and here you got your little funky movie. Yeah, that's what it looked like they probably did. But either way it go, I love seeing just the Matrix on screen and the characters and blah, blah, blah. But you are right. You are right. You're right.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Yeah.
You're right. We got to protest all the wokeisms. In my mind, like even with the Terminator, okay, that last Terminator fallen Deep Fate, Deep State, whatever the hell it was called. I told myself I can enjoy those movies. I just chalk them up as fan fiction and but you're right. We got to start boycotting this shit. But all right.
The thing is that wokeism don't stand alone. Like they can't make money without the name recognition. Just making woke movies. That crap just goes to Lifetime and grandma watches it and it don't make any money.
Yeah.
Like so what they did was they're like, okay, we're going to take the name recognition. Now the reason why they didn't just say, okay, it's 100 years later and it's a new Neo played by Keanu Reeves is because they deliberately want to taint your view of the original Neo. Not say that this is a new Neo with a new mind of his own, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, they're trying to say that the old Neo was woke.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they're trying to retroactively. See, damn it, you keep pulling me back in. They're trying to retroactively put wokeness in the other movie because they're saying the character switch, the chick that was in all white, they basically saying, oh yeah, she was gay, of course. No, but then they said the original plan for her was to for her to be a man in Zion in the real world, but then be a woman when she logged into the Matrix. So they said that they wanted to do a trans character back in '99, but everybody wasn't ready for it. So they just shelved it. But so yeah, there's that. But anyway, I'm getting out of here, y'all. Thank you everybody for coming through. And again, if you haven't watched the pre-recorded video that I dropped earlier, it's dropping right. It's right there in the chat. Go ahead and click on that and go watch that, and then go over to Game Changer at in about 20 minutes. He should be going live. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace. We